Hey everybody, we're ready to go. Okay, wait a minute. This isn't supposed to be there. Just one moment here. Little technical difficulty, but nothing we can't fix. Yeah, that was left over from last night. We were talking, a whole bunch of us. Mostly we're just carrying on and talking dirty. There, now I think we could do this. Clean up a few things on the desk. How's everyone today? It is so good to see you. Haven't seen you in almost a day, some of you. We got Ant, Trey's Treasures, that's Ross, Chelsea Clark. How are you, Paula? Paula sent some things. Uh, I thought we'd just start giving these away. Now, every time we do a big show or a giveaway, we're going to give somebody a funny mustache. You can do all kinds of things with these. I was up at Walmart the other day, and you've probably seen her. Have you been to Walmart? And you get them all in there. And there's this one lady, I guess she didn't like her eyebrows, so she took them off and put them on, with a pencil, like way up here. It's just a weird thing. You get that at Walmart. I can't see this. She looks surprised to see me. Well, anyway, that's neither here nor there. Stay away from Walmart. Okay, we got Maybe Collecting. It's good to see you. We got some new names. Always good. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like, and oh, that little bell is always handy so you can find out when we're doing things. We got Lincoln Central Mountain Man Cointelligence. Cointelligence is destroying what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to explain to people that, these really high dollar coins are tough to find, right? And a lot of times, you can go your whole life and not find out, one of these crazy valuable coins. He's found two, not one, but two 1992D close AMs in a month. It's unheard of. It can be done. Well, he's just going to prove me wrong, but it can be done. But don't expect it every time. Congratulations on that. Those are beautiful coins. Yeah, what a joy and treat that must be. Okay, we got Paula for crying out loud. Snakefoot, good to see you. If you need supplies, what are they? The loops. I've got only 2 loops right now. I've got more on the way. Here they are. Give me time. They only take a week or so to come in, but I've got more loops. You probably should see them right below here. There's plenty of scales, plenty of flips. We got, of course, holders and folders. Just about anything you need. I don't do tubes because they're just too darn bulky. But today we want to talk about the wheat cent, so I thought I'd show these off. I carry the Lincoln's 1 and 2. Book 1 goes from 1909 to 1940. And these are, they're a staple in the hobby. This is what I cut my teeth on, really, back in the day when, they didn't write it all the way to, Book 2 wasn't complete back when I started. It only went to 1972. It takes a couple of years for them to fill out the rest of the information here. But you take your penny, you stick it in the hole, you fill all your holes, and then you have the whole set. Book 2 goes from 1941 to 1974. And they're all wonderful. There we go. These are, they're $4. They're hard to go wrong there. I'll tell you the mintage of it. And when you fill that baby up and you have a full collection, it's an achievement. The easy one is 1941 to 1958, and then on after that. The tougher one is 1909. We're going to focus on that today. Oh, SJ's here. There. I'm always promoting some of these channels. There's SJ. You get a shirt from SJ. You walk around town, they say, oh, I got some coins. And they haul out their pocket change and ask you to look through it. Okay, well, do what you can. Hi, says Riser. Riser's here. Riser's got a great show going on. He has a Tuesday program at 7 o'clock. Is it 7 o'clock? I think it is, Eastern time. He goes treasure hunting, metal detecting, finds all kinds of great coins, shows them off, goes into submarines, looks for coins in there. Okay, we got a whole bunch of people in here. We can get going. Free shipping on the shirts. Free shipping. I don't know how much they are. She sent me the shirt. People send me them. I put them on. I hang them out. There's one over here for the Looksy app. I can't find my CFA shirt. It's on my list to be next to wear, and I don't know where it's gone. Man, I think it's in the dryer. Been there for like 2 weeks. Harold is here. Hello, everyone. All packages are going out tomorrow, so you should receive by the Wednesday. I'm very sorry I had to get more boxes today. They ran out. Man, He's keeping them in progress, you know, working 24/7 just to keep him in boxes. Well, good job. Okay, today I've got a bunch of coins for sale. Okay, and we're going to be working on the Lincolns, 1909 to 1940. Now, there's two ways to build a collection. Uh, you know, get one to fill the hole, and by fill the hole, you'll hear that you're filling that empty hole. Okay, and another way to build it is get the finest thing you can. Well, it takes a while to find the best coin and the best grade for each year and each mint mark. Gosh, it'd take you forever. $19.99 for the shirts, SJ. SJ, $19.99. I buy coins. Tell them what size you need. You can have any color you want as long as it's black. And go see SJ for that. Anyway, so few people have actually built a full collection of Lincoln cents. It's going to be a challenge for you. Some of these dates are going to be a little difficult. 1931S, 1914D, 1909 SVDB. Yeah, they're pricey, but all the rest of them are pretty darn affordable. You get the cheapest one you possibly can so you can get your set more complete. Yeah, that's not too bad. It wouldn't cost a whole lot either. If you wait until you have, you know, the finest grade possible, it can take you an entire lifetime. So, well, get it mostly full and upgrade from there. Geez, we got to start a challenge or a leaderboard for people that actually fill and complete a set. That'd be wonderful. I know Lincoln Central Coins has 2 complete sets for sale. Complete. He's got 2 1909 SVDBs. That's no fooling. I've seen one of them made up close and personal. Okay, now I want to do a shout out for Mantic Coins. Here he is, Mantic Coins. He was just on. I hope you didn't miss him. Get over there, excuse me, and subscribe to his channel. He's got a great show. He's raising the bar is what he's doing. He searches rolls, but he doesn't just pick out the dates or the silver. He picks out die varieties and errors and all kinds of extra stuff you don't get on these other channels. You get more out of his channel than anybody else. Now, we're trying to get him over 1,000. When he gets to 1,000 subscribers, he's going to be having a pretty darn big giveaway. All kinds of stuff. Yes, Mantic Coins. They're good folks, really. And I keep saying he, but it's a they, really. It's Shane and Adriana. Now, I had won this girl. There she is. It's an Australian dollar. No fooling. It's a you know, 1 ounce silver bar. 1 ounce 0.999 has the dragon on it for the year of the dragon. So it's actually got monetary value backing it up. Great looker. And we're going to give that away when he gets to 1,000, so make sure you get over there. You'll find a link to his channel in the descriptions. I had added him to my Gleam 2K giveaway. I saw that. Was not able to load the page. It's been raining today. And Jesus, I've been pulling my teeth out. Okay. I've been pretending to pull my teeth out, trying to get this thing to load stuff. So I haven't yet checked out that Gleam 2K award, but SJ is closing in on 2,000 subscribers. That's a real nice milestone. I'll get there one day. It'll be fun. But get a hold of Mantic, watch his show, see how many subs he has. Make sure you subscribe, and he's going to give away all kinds of good stuff. Not like he doesn't do it every single week anyway. So, yeah, that's a peach. I won a Bitcoin from him last time. There you go. Nice big fat copper round. I'll put it right here as a prop for a while. Now I'm going to blow my nose because for some reason, as soon as I go live, my nose runs. What's going on with that? Just a moment, please. Whoops, that didn't work. Let me try this again. There. That didn't take long. I'll have to do it again in 2 minutes, though. Oh, Vic has showed up. Outstanding. It's Vic Raskin. He's a good fellow. You see him a lot over in the Coin Up Facebook group. Always talking, always helpful. Shelly H is here. Okay. Look, I want to start off with this. Here's a coin I picked up for no darn reason, just because it looked like a good price. However, I had suspicions about it. It's a decent coin. Looks great. Great shape. Okay, it's a 1935 peace dollar. Let's put it over here real quick. There you go. Now, 1935, Philadelphia, they made about 1.5 million of these things. And you got fantastic detail here. The only problem, it's been cleaned. If you look at this thing, watch the way the light does not scatter with a cartwheel. It's flashy, but it's solid flashy. It's a dull luster. But the detail's wonderful. You got every bit of detail here. But somebody decided, I want my coins to be nice and shiny. I guess they took some silver polish to it or something. Let's have a look at this real quick. If this was AU, truly, this would be a $50 coin. Now you got a couple little contact marks here and there, but if we get in there closely, you'll see these fine striations across that across the coin, which suggests it's been polished. Oh, I don't think it's been in a tumbler, but it's been rubbed pretty hard. You got great smooth surfaces and all these fine striations. You can't pick them up with your eye, but you can pick them up with a scope or a loop. Be right back. What's AFK? I was born in the 60s. I don't understand these things. And let's see. Yeah, you can just start to see these striations here at this magnification. If I go in closer, you'll be able to... Oh, that's a little too close. Taking a break at work? You can't say that when you work in a glass factory. It makes glass or something. Let's see if we can see that. You see all these fine striations, but the detail's wonderful. 1935 is a pretty tough grade to get a hold of. Now, it's been cleaned. Instead of the $50, I can let you have this for $25. 1935. Me take a look at the Numa's price list and get an idea of what the value should be. And it has all the detail, but sorry, just not good enough. I don't want to lead you astray and sell you a great looking coin for, you know, a great price when it has a critical flaw. But if you would like that, speak now or forever hold your peace, because there it is. It's not going to go anywhere unless you take it. Away from keyboard. Oh, okay. Get one of those cordless keyboards. You can type when you sit there in the reading room. Okay. Now I've got a whole bunch of weeks we got to get through. I'm going to get through probably teens, 20s, 30s. Yeah, and it'll probably take a couple hours. If you see something you want, you can speak up in the chat. I'm going to keep a close eye on chat, try to keep notes. If I miss it, you keep notes and make sure you get a hold of me right up here at this email address, because there's a whole bunch of these things. Gosh, where do you start? Blues is here. Outstanding. We got a whole bunch of people. It's Brian Hooper. Okay, let's dig in. What do we got? Because we'd like to see you get these sets finished. Okay. Well, you can pay top dollar. You're going to find most of these coins are VF, maybe some better, and they're designed to help you put together your set in decent shape without spending too much. And we're looking at the 1909 to 1940 right now. So you get the book, you get the coin while you're at it, get your supplies. We ship everything all together. What I got here is a 1909 and very fine. All right, not too shabby. Let's look at the other side. It's not a VDB, it's just a regular old 1909. And your VDB would be in the center on the bottom. It's a slight woody. And for that, I'm going to try to get the camera over here. This is $4. Let's see if we can see that on the lower half of this coin. And that's not really going to work. No, okay. I'll take that back to Walmart and talk to that girl with the eyebrows. Let's have another look at that under the scope. You should be able to see the wood grain on the lower half of this coin. Gives it a nicer appearance. There you go. But if you want to put together a decent set of wheats with wood, dude, you're going to have something. Snakefoot says you're going to take it. You got it. And I'm going to put your note on the inside of this so we don't lose it. Snakefoot Jeff W. There you go. But I'll need your email address at some point so we can set up a PayPal invoice. Yeah, it's decent. It's VF. You know, plenty of detail left on this old fella. And for $4, that's going to be hard to beat. There you go. Now, if you like, let me send the invoice. It's going to make life a whole lot easier for me. Except I've got to do a lot of invoices. Okay, this is a 1909 and very fine. Right here. Very similar to the last one. Again, it does not have the VDB. However, it does It does have the same price as that last one, $4. Have a look at there. And that's a respectable coin. You're going to find going from very fine to extremely fine, you got a giant leap in price. Probably your most economical coins are going to be VF. You can get cheaper, granted, but you don't get quite as much detail. Lynn Brady, you like the polished coin? I can bring that back over and let you look at it. That's $25 if you'd like to grab that. The magnifier here is, boy, it's tough. I can get a penny in there real easy because they're so small, but these much bigger than a penny, they're tough to fit them in. Just the aperture on that. But there's the 35S. This has been polished. Great detail still. That's a $25 coin if you would like that. Lynn Brady, if you would like that, send me your email address and let me know, and I'll put that aside for you. And we're back to this 1909, very fine. There you go. And I like to see wheat lines all the way up on these, and I really want to see the sides as well. I'm going to see 2 on the side. At 2 on the side, I'm thinking XF. So this is VF plus. I've got all the wheat lines. I need a little stick. Where'd that go? No, I got another one. Harold wants the 1909. You got it, Harold. Oh, lost it. Yeah, it's a decent one. It's not too wonderful, but for the price, it's probably the best bargain for the value, quality for price. I'll set that aside for you right here. We're going to move on to number 1910. Okay, now this one, I don't have a price on it. Because it has. This one has been cleaned. Okay. You see some fine striations on here, but you got to get in close. Let's do that. There we go. And after a while, when they've been cleaned, years later, they can start to pick up that retoning. And we got a 1910S here, and you can look at the S. It's right. That is a right and tight. One thing I want to see on these early S mint marks is that upper corner, that upper serif has a diagonal line through it. Ideally, I want a wheat proof. I got some. I don't have them lined up right now. I had one on the table. I'll have to dig them out, but we'll put that up here in the 50s because that's what I've got. Now this 1910S, it is in fine condition. And we'll look at the back, so I should have some wheat lines, but it has been cleaned. Yeah, you got decent detail on there. And I thought I'd start this as an auction because I don't like to set a price on clean coins unless, it's appropriate. But we'll do a starting bid of $1. There's Lynn Brady. Let me write that down, Lynn. $6. Okay. And that's the peace dollar. Okay, you got it. You got the peace dollar. Okay. If you would like to bid on this coin, we're going to have a starting bid of $1. And I'm going to zoom out and show this real good. You're going to find the early S mints are, well, a lot of times they're tough to get a hold of. Okay. And in 1910, if you look down below in the video, I have a price list, or actually a price guide. Where the heck is it? We could pull this up over here. And this will give you some values for circulated wheats. I'm going to go to the screen. There's the screen. This is over here on my blog. There we go. We can see it right here. 1910S. You're going to figure in good condition, they go about 10, 12 bucks. Right? This one is fine. If it wasn't cleaned, that'd be a $20 coin thereabouts. Not too shabby. Yeah, they are pricey when you get these early S mints. Let me find my way back here. There's the live video, okay, and there's my, there it is. We can see that. This is the 1910S. We got a $3 bid for S. Ross. We got a Harold Gagnon. Is that a $12 bid? $12 bid for the 1910S. This has been cleaned. Fine condition. Let's look at the back on that. Now it's cleaned long ago, so you got a lot of the toning has returned. I'm going to put this under the big scope so you can see that. But here you can see the details. lots of wheat lines, but you got some weak spots on there. They're just starting to come together on the left side, but most of them are fairly distinct. On the obverse, I've got good hair, but I got a lot of flat area on the head. I do have an ear. I got a lot of separation on the lower jawline. Let's get over here. You don't see Harold in chat? I see Harold back here. Yep, I see Harold with 5. Harold had 5. Then Logan says this is for the 10. Then I see Harold with 12. So Harold, do you have a bid, and how much is it for? Let's get this over here so we can see it well. And there you go. There's your color. Now a circulated copper coin or an old copper coin will pick up a patina and generally go brown. So here you can see the difference, but it has been cleaned. Harold, I saw you with a bid of 5. Nobody else bid, and then you bid 12. So if you're interested in this coin, I'd love to get your feedback on that. There you go. That's a 1910S. So that's a better date. Not quite a semi-key, but we've got that here. Harold, we're looking to hear from you for how much is your bid if you're bidding. I'll set that into the scope so we can have a close-up look. Yeah, and there we go. It's a quasi-key. It's a better date. Go with it. What was the last bid? Harold, you had 2 bids. You bid $5, and then you bid $12, and there was no bid in between. So I'm going to accept your $5 bid. So right now we're at $5 for Harold. Harold at 5. That's a 1910S at $5. In good condition, a 1910S would probably be good for $12. 1910S, $5. Here's the look of it. And we're going to go once on that. I like to move these bids right along, these auctions. There we go. And that's not too bad for a 1910S, although it has been cleaned. This has been a cleaned coin. SJ has $6. The real trick is to get the focus in on there. There you go. And your highest points are the first to go. The tops of the wheat ears typically going to show. Where's my stick? There you go. The tops of the wheat ears start to get these soft spots. There you go. You get a soft spot here. Over there, the left side is pretty much worn down. Here you see some spots where the berries are coming together. But the rim is sound. I got SJ with an $8 bid. The rim is sound. And over time, they do pick up another natural tone, but it's a different tone. You'll find it to be iridescent in places. It almost sparkles. Harold has $9. Here you go. Ear detail, plenty of hair. His eye is distinct. There's a bow tie. 1910S. We'll get in and look at that 1910S because, well, these early S marks, there, you can see the color in there, the blues and the iridescence. These early S mints, it's pretty easy to take a 1940s with an S mint mark and scrape off the sides of the 4. So you're looking for a centered digit. So the space between the 9 and the 1 and the 1 and the 0 needs to be equal. And then you got to check that mint mark. It should be just about a square mint mark. And that little diagonal in the corner is a key indicator. This is a genuine thing. I've got Harold at 9. And SJ is out, so going once at 9, going once at 9, going twice at 9. And we'll put in a few seconds there so we can account for any lag and delay. We're a Harold at $9 going twice. It looks like we're going to get you there. Okay, that's it. Sold for Harold. And I suppose I should type something in here so nobody else can. That's it. Harold, you got a beautiful 1910S in fine condition for less than half price. And I'll set that right up for you. Okay, I got a 1911D. Let me come back to my place, see if I can find it. Next up is a 1911D. Currency Hunter has joined us. Now, this one is in pretty worn out shape. Let's zoom out here. It comes in at about good. You're going to find your 1911D. You're starting to get pretty tough to find these. This is the first Denver Mint Lincoln. Okay. The obverse is in good condition. Let's flip it over and take a look at the back because we're starting to see some the rim flowing into the details. There you go. I like to see a distinct rim, but over here on this side, it flows right into the wheat ear. Okay. Here I've got a distinct rim. But about good. I got $2.50 on that, but I'd like to just get rid of those, extra pennies. This is a $2 bill. Anybody wants a decent 1911D? And we can fill that up. Here you've got a little contact mark in front of the eye. And I can wiggle that so we can get a better look. But for about good, yeah, that's not too bad. And we're just starting to see the rim flush into the letters up here in trust. But the D is solid. The 1, they're even on each side. S. Ross takes it. You got it, baby. Now there is $3 shipping. I got to include this. That's $2 for you. And we scratch out $2.50, just write $2. At S. Ross. Yeah, go check all your wheats and see what you need. Now shipping is $3. If you get supplies in there, right? It's going to be based on weight, and it doesn't take long to get over the size of 1 pound, and we got to go to priority mail. Okay, here's a better one. Same date. This is a 1911D. You're going to find it a whole lot better condition. This is very good. It's almost fine. I got a nice distinct chin on here. Okay, but we're going to flip that over and take a look, because you're going to see, well, not a whole lot of lines here. You remember that 1910S? We had plenty of lines. This is, shipping is $3. I don't know. I really get it for cheap shipping, but I got so much, mail. It's not a problem, really. I spend about $500-600 a month on shipping. $3 is right. There you go. But on the left wheat ear, I have a few lines, but not quite enough, really, to give it fine detail. There's a few minor contact marks here. But generally sound for very good for a 1911D. Now, we have 2 issues with this one. You ready? The first one, if we tilt this up, you're going to see some wood grain. This is a $5 bill for the wood grain here for a 1911D, and very good. And if we get in there, you're going to start to see some little marks. It's not scratched. These are little laminations. They're very minor, and I think they don't add any value to it. But you can notice that they're not scratches. They are, in fact, laminations. They're right along these wood grain lines. They're parallel with the lines, and they're right on top of the darn lines. This is a $5 bill. That's not an auction. We're auctioning off a few issue coins. This one's not an issue. It's $5, and it's yours, SJ. If it's been cleaned, if it's damaged, I'll take those to auction with, a low starting bid. Let's see. That was SJ. You got it, dear. There's nothing wrong with this. The woody is kind of light. It covers half the coin. But geez, people are putting together entire sets, or more complete sets of just woodies. The woodies you're going to find are becoming popular. They don't necessarily command much of a premium, especially the lighter, less contrast woodies, but they often, they're easy to sell. They'll fetch full retail pretty quickly. Okay, 1911S. This is an auction because, man, remember what I'm saying about clean coins? This is an auction that starts at $1 for a 1911S. And if we could see here, see the way the light reflects it and bounces off and doesn't have a cartwheel or any particular pattern. And you can't see a thing here. This has been cleaned. It's a 1911S. What? It won't focus anywhere. You sorry excuse for a camera. Look at this. Will not focus. It has been cleaned. It also has a scratch on it, so we're going to get in there and look at it. But you can see the coin's toning again. What's the mintage on 1911S? Give me a moment, and I'm going to open up that checklist. And I'll tell you, it's not many. Let's see. Where is it? The coin inventory and checklist. I'll put that under the scope here real quick where you can see it. This has been cleaned and it is scratched, but a 1911S you're going to find to be a semi-key date. I'll wait for this to load. Let's get over and take a look. Okay, the link for this collector checklist should be in the description. If you scroll down, you can find it and you can look up Lincoln Cents right here in the bottom tab. And then wait 20 minutes for it to load, unless you live, you know, in civilized society, in which case it should be a whole lot faster. 1911S, the mintage is 4 million. Now, PCGS surviving population report comes up with an estimate of 40,000 surviving specimens. And I suspect that may be a typo. It should be 400,000. Either way, there aren't that many of them. And you've got millions of people collecting these coins. I'm going to find my way home here. Oh, while I'm here, I can zip over to that. 1911S in good. You're probably looking at a $25 bill. Okay. Seriously. They do, these are starting to get into some pricey coins. And we have a 1911S. Some things you're looking for are the properly square mint mark. The tops of the letters in 11 needs to be flat. Do you have more than one 11S? Jesus, I don't know. No, I'm at 12 next. This is the only S I have right now. Let's have a look at the detail on here. You see the color? How it's almost iridescent. And you're going to scratch on this. I'm going to find out where that is. Might be on the back. There you go. 1911S's are kind of hard to find. People hold on to them. Here we go. We got a couple of bigger scratches here. And those ugly things. Chelsea Clark with $11. There you go. There's your scratches. Now, if you put them in the Whitman folders, of course, you're only going to see one side. So that's not too bad. You can put together a decent setup. You know, geez, get them for cheap because the backs are screwed up, and you can get your set put together that way. But you got very good condition. I have some 11S's. Outstanding. SJ at $12. Let me see if I can get this to focus. I'll probably need to clean this thing off. It's been sitting here for a year now. There you go. 1911S. We have $12 bid on this. In good, it would be a $25 coin. This has been cleaned, and you got some major contact marks in the back. We do have some wheat lines. We'll give it a moment here. We're at $12 for SJ. Harold, we'll see you later, baby. I got your email address. I'll get you an invoice for those items. Oh, Malvado here. Good to see you. Okay, Chelsea Clark at 13. Chelsea Clark at 13 for this 1911S. SJ is out, so we're going to go going once on Chelsea Clark at 13. Chelsea Clark at 13, going twice. And we'll give it a few seconds here, and I'll get ready to type it in. But it looks like you're probably going to get at that. Chelsea Clark at 13. Anyone else? 1, 2, 3. And we're out. That's sold. It's all you, Chelsea. Let me write this down. And I have your email address. There you go. Thanks. It's a good coin. You got decent quality as far as the details on there, but cleaned, yeah, about half price is probably the best you're going to get on these. 1911S in very good. It's probably a $34 coin. You got it for a third of that. Not too bad. But you're going to find it a hard to date bet. But selling this, they go pretty quick because they are a better date. You'll find a lot of these better dates, the S mints in particular, if they're screwed up, people are pretty forgiving about that because the price starts to get so darn high, so darn fast. Sold to Logan for $11 million. Okay, 1912, fine, $2. Here you go. Ain't a thing wrong with it. Let's have a look. Let's put the, oh, this, did I get that put away? Sure did. There you go, 1912 in fine condition, $2. I got a whole bunch of them in pretty poor condition. And nope, not a bid. This is a bit, buy it now. $2. Fine. Just starting to get some separation on the cheek and jaw. There you go, right in here. And on the back, we've got pretty decent wheat lines. A little bit weak, and I've got the wheat ears are just starting to flow together in some instances. I don't think it's quite good enough to make very fine. $2. Chocolate cherry, where have you been? Chocolate cherry, $2. It's not a an auction. It's a buy it now, so it's all you. And chocolate, would you do me a favor and send me your email address so I can get an invoice to you? And we keep on going because I got a pile of these here. There you go. Look, another one for $2. 1912 and fine, $2. Just as good as the first. Just starting to get some separation on the cheek and jaw. Date's wonderful. Let's look at the back. Again, almost complete wheat ears here. There's a light soft spot here, but I got a little gunk in here. Snakefoot Jeff W, you got it, baby. And Jeff, do me a favor of sending me your email. That'll save me the trouble of looking it up. I know you're in there. There you go. Does anybody else need one? Because I have 3 in a row. This one doesn't want to come out. $2. Here we go. $2 for a 1912 and fine. You got just the start of separation, but not enough to take it to very fine. There's Coin Dragon. That's not a bad reverse for fine. The obverse is the weaker side on this, so we go with fine on that. S. Ross, 2. You got it. That is yours. Now, that's not a bad price, is it? S. Ross, $2. Okay, next up is a 1912D. Let me get this put away, and I'll haul that out. You can look up the value in good condition on that. I have such a hard time finding 1912Ds in anything better than good. They're easy to find in good. Okay, let's take a look. It's going to be worn, pretty well worn. Right, you get just a bit of ear showing. A lot of times in good, there's nothing left. It's just, you know, smooth. Looks like a bathroom tile. 1912D, you look at the centering on that one. Let's look at the other side real quick. And just the start of some lines, but not quite enough here to go beyond good. Maybe good plus. It has to still be 100 degrees. This is $6 for 1912D in good condition. San Diego is on fire. No, SJ is on fire. Look, did you get your shirt from SJ yet? They're $19.95, free shipping. Get a hold of SJ if you got to have that. 1912D, good condition, $6. S. Ross will take the 1912D. You got it, baby. Just a moment. I think my dinner's ready. Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. I had some chicken simmering. I'm going to make chicken and rice because I didn't make it yesterday. And it just kind of kept on boiling down. But at least the dinner alarm didn't go off yet. Okay, I got S. Ross. That's yours. Next up, I have another one. Another 1912B. Let's get a look at that. This ain't no Jeopardy. Not today. Although, we do have another Coin Jeopardy coming up because Hoogie has sent another Dansco. So let me get some more questions together. No, some more answers together. And we'll have Coin Jeopardy again because Hoogie's a madman. That is a beautiful, it's still in the original plastic. Now one more thing. Where is it? There you go. Hoogie had sent a book yesterday. We opened it up. This is rather unexpected. It's Making the Grade. It's a photographic grading manual. It'll show you every single series of U.S. coin with photos of every single grade. It hasn't been read yet. I've been meaning to look through it, but I promise not to screw it up by looking at it. There you go. Look at this. If you were to buy this thing, that would be a $40 bill. Now Hoogie sent that in, supporting the show. That's why I kind of like to put his link down in the description below. But there's another Coin Jeopardy coming up. Wait for it. Mine, says SJ. All you got to do is win it. That's all you got to do. Easy peasy. But, geez, we're giving away some decent stuff on this show. If you're familiar with the big show, we give away more coins than any other show. More coin retail value. Let's see. Here it is, 1912D. This is good. Maybe a little bit better. You just have a touch of ear. All right. The details in the last one are a little bit better, but it had a few extra contact marks. And here, you just don't have the detail here for better than good. $6. Who would like this one? How did the last show go? Oh, went wonderful, dear. We gave away all kinds of things. I forget who won. I'd have to look it up. Was it Jeff W? He won something recently. 1912D, if you need it, here it is. And $6. You can compare that to the value guide and see, is that the right price for this coin? The rim is sound. The fields aren't too bad. They're quite decent. Chris's Coin Channel's here. Chris is a good guy. He's got some channels out there too. Now, he's got a series. If you look at my blog, you'll find a series of videos that Chris made explaining the 1960 large and small dates, the 1982 large and small dates, the 1970S small date, and the 1974 PD and S large and small dates. Get in there and check those out. Good guy, family man, all that. Okay, I've got, next up is a 1913D. Let me set these out here. So you got a much better date here, but it's about good. Yeah, that's a train wreck. 1913D, screwed up. $1. It's yours. Now, for $1, that's a pretty pricey hole. Well, it's kind of a screwed up coin. $1 and it is yours. Thanks for the plug, man. Chelsea, it is yours. It's not much to look at, but you can complete that set or get that set closer to complete. Chelsea. There you go. And to tell you the truth, you're probably, when you go to upgrade, you can probably easily get your $1 back on that coin. Stupid bell. Ring that bell. Now, Chris over there, he's one of the moderators. Well, actually, he's the lead man on the Coin Op Facebook group. That has some 1914s here. Where'd they go? 14. Yeah, that's one. Okay, I bumped some. There. I get so much here. So he's knowledgeable for sure. He finds a lot of stuff. He goes coin roll hunting all the time. He's got a lot of things over in Wexler that are listed as found by Chris. 1914, this is very fine. You'll see clear separation of the cheek and the jaw, light wear above the ear. Now, I tend to be conservative in my grading, but at very fine, this is a $5 bill. Now, let's flip it over and see what we got, because we got something going on there. If you like die varieties, well, this ain't it. But if you like errors, here you go. Now, an error is a one-off event, right? Single event. Jeff gets it. Let me show you what you're getting, Jeff. Here you got a few lamination peels going on. And you'll find these going left to right through the coin. Now watch this. You got linear pattern. Okay, see the linear nature of these? They're all in a line going right across the thing. A lot of times it'll go with woodiness, but this doesn't really show any difference in color. But these little bits, like above the D in United, over here in the T in States, these are lamination errors. It's a flaw with a metal and it just didn't bond. So you have that one. Let me write this down. And that's Jeff W. with $5. Wow, that's not a W. I can't write. That's why I type everything. Mantic Coins is here. Do we show you what we're giving away when he gets to 1,000? He's going to be giving away, like, I don't know what, 14 pounds of gold or something like that. I mean, just piles of it. He's got a truck up to his house. They got a guard. They're going to give away all this stuff. Now, he's got a great show. He really does. You want to get in there. It's becoming a focus of the community. Everybody shows up and we just talk. 14 pounds. No fooling. He told me. Okay, but look at this. When he gets there, we're going to give away this. I won this on his show. And this is the kind of thing he just gives away in the middle of the show. Now, that's a solid ounce of silver. That's the Australian dollar with the dragon. You're the dragon reverse. And it's in the shape of a silver bar. So get over and check out Mantic's show. More importantly, subscribe to his channel. We got to get him over 1,000. It's a key milestone on YouTube nowadays. Let's go back to the scope. This is a 1915 F. No, 1915 P in F. This is fine condition. Let's zoom out here. You can't really grade the coin based on maximum magnification. Every coin will fail. Okay, where are you? Just the start of separation right behind his nose here. I got plenty of ear. The hair detail is excellent. But for fine condition, you're not going to hate it too much. Let's look here. We got some. I can't make this focus. Come on. You got some, but not all wheat lines, okay? That's where fine comes in. They're not full ears. The berries are just starting to run together. Okay? They're getting a little less distinct. This is a $5 bill. And usually over here you get a little more signs of wear. They're just starting to blend together. And you get a weak point over in the side. $5 bill for 1915 and fine. Good sound rim. Look at the front again. Any takers? S. Ross with a $5 bill. It is all yours. There you go. You won't be disappointed with this. There you go. I'll set that aside for you. Now, S. Ross, it'll help me if you send your email address. S. Ross. There you go. Because I'm sending invoice. I use PayPal. That's gone. Alright. There we go. I use PayPal, and we do it with the invoice. It gives you buyer protection. It gives me seller protection. It's a better way to go. Let's see, what's the next one here? No, I'm not selling. That's got a scratch. Oh, this one got through. Mantic will want to pay attention on this one. Yeah, I've been threatening this one for a while. Let's have a look real quick on this 1914 S. You got a couple little blemishy spots on there. That's probably just the starts of corrosion. But on the reverse, I've got some beautiful wood grain. And if you want to put together a great set of woodies, you got some sharp contrast on this. Let's put under the big camera here. There you go. So you can see the high contrast. If it will focus. If it will focus, please. I hate this camera. Later, we're going to have a camera for sale. Okay, this is good plus. It has a scratch and it has wood grain. Yeah. And this has a $1 starting bid. $1 starting bid? Yes, that's correct. There you go. There's your wood grain on the reverse. Let's go find that scratch. It says scratch. There it is. You can see a scratch from the R in Liberty coming over here south-southwest all the way over. And we have a $3 bid for this. Well, it's scratched, but the wood grain is beautiful. And you're going to find when you go to resell it, you'll probably get much of what you're bidding at now for sure. And there's the grain you're looking at. That's a $3 bid for a 1914 S. Yes, 1914 S. Let's look at that mint mark, shall we? Okay, see the 1 is well centered between the 9 and the 4. And you got a square looking mint mark. Oops, that's a little too close right there. Chelsea's out. 5 for the camera. I don't think it's worth that, baby. Paula Bloom says $4 for this Woody. And there's your S. What are we looking for on an S? We're looking for a little angle, a little cut in the top serif of that mint mark. And you got just a hint of it. Once you get into these lower grades, this is in good condition. Probably a little better than good. You start to lose that. Paula at $4. So I have no problem with this coin being genuine. I just have a problem making the camera focus. 1914 S. My Woody sparring partner. Here she is. We're at $5 for chocolate cherry. Now, if you put together a set of Woodies and you're using one of the folders, there's nothing that says you can't put them in upside down, right? But if you want to fill the 1914 S slot on your Woody set, well, the bid is up to $7 is needed to take this bid. 1914 S in good. Let's look at it. Oh, let's see. You're looking at about a $13 to $14 coin. However, this does have a scratch on it. We're at $6. And this is going out the door. We're going once on it right now, okay? You see the scratch there. It's a very fine scratch, but you can see it with the naked eye. And we're at our second call at $6 bid. I'm getting ready to write your name down. Okay. I'm going to type it. Anybody else in? Now is the time to speak up or forever hold your peace. Chocolate is out, and this coin is sold. Sold to Mantic Coins for $6. Outstanding. It's right about what I expected. Woo! Yeah, it's a good looker. You'll like this. Let's find that again. You'll like this. Great color, great contrast. Almost that tigery sharpness. We'll put that right over here. Okay, next up is a 1915D. Nope, it's a 1915 that got in the way. 1915 in fine condition. 1915 was a tough year in the Lincoln sense. Geez, they just didn't make so darn many of them. Let's have a look at the back. Most, but not all, wheat ears. We got some soft spots in the berries. There's some soft spot in the wheat ears. A little bit on the left. They're still quite distinct all the way up, but not as sharp as a VF. Here we have the front, and not much separation, but I got a full lower chin. Okay, I got a clear line on the top of the jawline. Just starting to separate here. Not much of the ear, but generally not too bad. You got some contact marks that are consistent with fine condition. This is a $5 bill for 1915. In fine. Let's have a look at the rim. It's sound all the way around. Got to save my money for that last gold shade. It's like a Kruger ad. You get the gold shade. $5 bill. And I'm going to put this away if it doesn't get any more attention. Let me find the next one here. Yeah, I got the box, but I didn't put cardboard on the bottom of the box, so they're all flopping where that first fold comes in. That's okay. I can just move it around. Okay, $5. Any takers? We'll put it away. 1915. That's no problem. Look, after the show, if I still have them available, you'll get them for these prices. Not a problem. Okay, 1915D. Now, I was doing dollar deals for a while, but boy, it takes so darn long to list, you know, how many coins in a day. What do? This is a dollar deal. That's a 1915D. It's probably the least expensive of the 1915s. And you're coming in about good to good. Let's look at the back. I'm definitely getting some rim flowing into the details here, into the wheat ears. So that's a dollar, but it'll fill that date. It'll fill that slot. 1915D. Ooh, I like it, Coin Dragon, the golden squirrel. I'll still have it available if you'd like to pick it up later, okay? I'm going to grab a little copy here real quick. CJ's going to take that. You got it. Let me write that down. CJ. And I know for a fact I have your email, so we should be good. If I can fit this slip of paper back in here. Boy, this is why I love these flips. You know, you can take the coin out, you can take pictures, show it off, put it away. There we go. The cardboard flips with the staples. Geez, it takes you so darn long to crimp the staples. I said, the heck with this. I can't afford this time to crimp all these staples on, 20, 30 coins going out the door every week, every day. 1915D. So these, I don't have to mess with staples. I can take the coin out. I can put the coin away. I get to reuse that thing. Cardboard, I take it out. It's done. This is in very good condition. You have some light grain. It really doesn't stand out. Just the lightest bit. So we'll just pay attention to the details. I've got more than a dot on the hair. So to get some detail on the tie. Good sound rim all the way around. What's this? This is a $2 bill. 1915D for $2. There you go. You start to have some decent berry detail and just the start of a few lines. $2 for chocolate cherry. It is all yours. 1915D chocolate cherry. Now Cherry won the what was the big show you won, or the Wednesday wheat show? She won one of these shows. Boy, she was happy about that. Now I started a playlist of all these people because they win the stuff, they win the big show, and they make videos on it. What do you got here? Oh, 1915S. How woody is it? It's lightly woody. It's a stronger woody on the back than on the front. Let's see if we can get the color in here. It's light as far as the wood grain go. Not, I think, enough to add value. And on the reverse, you got some color, okay, but I think it's not bold enough. I like a nice, sharp, high contrast. And you can see it from across the room. And where are you? This is very good, but it has a scratch. Let's find that scratch. There you go. We don't have wheat lines on this side over here. It's always the right side. And I think it's because you had a lot of right-handed people. It's usually the right side wheat that takes the more wear. The left is closer to fine. And somewhere on here is a scratch. That would be it, right in front of his nose. It's a $1 starting bid because it's an impaired coin. 1915S. You got a better date here for very good. Let's see what Numis Media says for very good on a 15S. This would be a $20 coin if not for that scratch. Yeah, 20 bucks for this thing. So chances are, when you go to sell it, you'll be able to replace this pretty quickly and easily and recover your investment. We're at $2 for SROS. Although it looks like a dark chocolate with cherry, then it ain't bad. We're at $4 for CJ. And this is a 1915S. It is very good. What's the mintage on 1915S? You ready? I can't see it. 1950S is 4.8 million. That's quite low. Let's see. 1914S is 4.1 million. That's probably why this coin goes for a $20 bill. And you have an estimated 400,000 surviving specimens. Lots of them, but you got to realize what digital technology is doing to the hobby. People are able to come in from around the world. And the most collected coin in the entire planet, in the history of mankind, are these Lincoln cents. Coin sell email is kpv@live.com. That's right. I'll need your email address so we can include an invoice, account for shipping. And that's a 1915S and very good. And the bid rate now is at $8. Have a look at her. Him. Her. $9 to SJ. The back is much better. Doesn't have that big scratch. Okay, the right side, that wheat ear is consistent with very good. I've got some detail. Right? Typically, the berries they're starting to be pick-outable. You can start to count the wheat berries, but a lot of times they're well blended together. And the top of the ear, right here, I got to do this so I can point over that way. That'd be so much easier. Let's see. Let's see if we can do this. Nope. How do I grab a hold of this thing? There. Man, there's nothing we can't do. Okay, except move that. Why can't I move that? Hello? Damn. Well, we almost had it. There you go. We can see it now. Look. See right there, the wheat ears. You got just a few lines starting right here, but the berries down below are much better. We're at $10 bill from Maury. Maury's at $10. That's correct. And I'm losing my email address. How do I get that moved? It won't move. Well, geez, I'll go back over here where I was. I'll just use my right hand, I suppose. Isn't that handy with OBS? You can move stuff everywhere. Maury's at $10, and we're going once on this 1915S. Very good. You see a scratch in front of his face. And if you can live with that scratch, you get a good coin for $11 is the next bid right now. And we'll go in twice. So I'm going to type it in and be ready. It is a $10 bill right now, going twice, looking for 11. And we're going to count it down here just a moment. Let's see if we can see this okay. There you are. Take a look at the date. It is right and tight. SJ is out. Okay. And so is everybody else. This coin is sold to Maury for a $10 bill. I still got to fix my ticker. What's wrong with your ticker? Man, eat right, diet, exercise, drinking milk and magnesia. You'll have no problem with that ticker. Working hard as a moderator. He's a machine at this. And he's got like stun bursts and stuff. Man, I try to do anything but talk and it about craps out. 1916. This is a P. It is very fine. You got good sharp ears. You got well separated berries. Let's look at the back. This is a dollar deal at $1. There you go. You can get some pretty decent wheat sets going back years and years. Just, you know, very fine. They're affordable. And the P mints, they're really affordable. This is $1 for this guy. Chocolate cherry, it is you. Choco cherry, $1. There you go. I think the book is probably like $1.25 or something, but I take off that little bit. There you go. Hopefully we're helping people fill up their sets and put them together decent. Okay, this one's a little better. This is a 1916 in XF. Remember what I say about that leap from VF to XF? Here you got a whole lot more detail. I've got separation fully between the cheek and the jaw. I got a little smile line. I got light wear above the ear here. Okay. Let's look at the back. And there should be a contact mark here that's recordable. There you go. Right beside the T, I've got a contact mark. Is that big enough to talk about? Well, we could talk about it. There it is. This is a $6 bill. Black Steel Reserve says, what's up? It's good to have you here. We're putting together people's wheat sets. Going to fill these folders and albums. Oh, by the way, if you wish to have a folder, they're available for $4 a piece. If you want both of them, it's $7.50. What kicks your butt is the shipping on those. Who got that snake foot? It is yours, baby. Jeff W. And that's a $6 bill. But you saw the price difference from $1 for very fine, $6 for extremely fine. And what do we have here? 1916D. This is fine, and I give it fine plus on the sheet here. It is a $2 bill. Now these mint marks in the teens, when you get into 16, 17, 18, 19, they're better, but they're not so much better that you know, they're 20 bucks. These go for indecent grades for a couple of dollars. This is $2 in fine plus, and it goes to chocolate cherry. So you can put together, you know, a pretty extensive collection. Choco cherry. You know, $2. Yeah, they are affordable. I don't know what the book says on that. I could look that up for fine plus 1916D. Where are you? 1916D fine plus. The book says $2.50. Numis Media says $2.50 on that. Really? You got to sell, you know, the extra 50 cents. I get these. I get, you know, bunches of wheats over here. Okay, let's take it up to very fine on a 1916D. Let's look at this. 1916D. No, I don't think that's very fine. The ears are wonderful. I don't like the obverse. Let's look for separation between the. Okay, yeah, I see some. I see a light depression going on between here. There we go. But this does have some crud on it, some doo-doo, as we call it, the technical term. For very fine with doo-doo on it, this is a $4 bill. And you can see the sharp detail in the ears. Both sides, full lines. Yes, I have it set up, but it's not right. Just need to mess with it. Keep your ticker. $4 bin. It will probably lick right off. But I'm saving myself for the chicken and rice. AFK, I know what that means. Away from keyboard. That's okay. We'll just sell this stuff without you. Paula's going to take that one for $4. You got it. How complete is your Lincoln set? Lincoln over there, Lincoln Central Coins, he's got 2 complete sets of Lincolns. I guess he's selling the whole darn things all together. Do they include the 22D? No, wait. No D? How about the 55 double die? To get a complete set of Lincolns, you don't have to get the die varieties. You don't have to get the error coins. You don't have to get the double dies. What do you got here? 1916S. Very fine. Now, we're getting up there. This is a $7 bill on this one. Yes, sir. Weak D. Okay, there are 3 dies that are used to make the 1922D. No, the 1922 no D. That's a problem with the dies. 2 of them, they seem to be filled, right? Just, you know, like a greaser. They've been filled with stuff, and you get a very, very weak D. And the other one, it's been obliterated. There is nothing there. The picture's finally upgraded to JC. Did it go through? Paula Bloom, I did a video a couple of days ago about a 1993 penny with a spiked head. It's a crack going from above Lincoln's, the rim up here in MeWe, going into his head. And Paula says, oh, look, I got your penny. And I looked at it and said, that's not it. She said, no, your other one, because I got a couple of them up there. And I looked at it and said, no, it's not that either. That's a new one. So she sent pictures into J.C. Stevens over there at Cuds on Coins, excuse me, and he approved it. Well, good. So now she's made a contribution to the hobby. Now she's famous. Do you want to touch her? Come on. We'll get back to here. 1916S in very fine. Did we look at the back yet? Sold the S. Ross. God love you. Is Lemonhead here? Hide the kids. And that's a $7 bill. Yeah, that's a decent one for 7. It's probably the most affordable of the early estimates, because it sure as hell ain't the 1909 SVDB. I don't know about that one. That's strange. 1916 S in fine condition. Not quite as nice as the last one. This is a $3 bill. You got very light separation between the cheek and the jaw. Okay, a bit light. The 1 is well centered between the 9 and the 6, and the mint mark is right. I missed the 14D. Jeez, I can't keep those. Well, I keep this one in the house, but I have a hard time keeping them in the house. Chocolate cherry, it's yours for $3. Chocolate cherry. I have one 1914D right now. Who knows? There could be more on the desk. I found one back there. Seriously, forgot I had that. There you go. That's one of the harder ones to get. People don't want to let go of the 1914Ds. They don't want to. They're more populous than a 1909 SVD, but they hold on to them. Because there are so few 1909 SVDBs, that's kind of like the poor man's key date. I'm not letting it. It's my best. It's my best. Now, I've got the berry specimen. There we go. Let me take it out of the bag here. Snakefoot was first. Jeff was first. Snakefoot, Jeff. On the 1916 fine, Jeff is first. Snake was first. I got a 1916 S in fine. And who was first? I'm going to scroll back. I probably have more, but I don't have them lined up right here. Oh, let's see if we can find out. Here's S. Ross. No, that's Cherry. That's Chocolate Cherry saying, "Congrats, S. Ross." Stop it! I'm famous. Autographs only $20. $20 for an autograph. Man. Okay, that was a 14D. Snakefoot says $3. And $3 bin. And then Chocolate Cherry says $3. So I got Jeff W. with this one. There we go. Let me see if I got Snakefoot above there. I'm sorry, I don't even see Snakefoot. Oh, Snakefoot is Jeff W. Never mind. Snakefoot, I've got you first ahead of Chocolate Cherry. I'm going to send you the coin. I can't take this heat. My eyeballs are melting. Be strong. And Chocolate Cherry, I'm going to see if I have another 1916 S. In fine for $3. We should be able to help you out. I just have to find it. That's all. Jeez. Can we make it happen? What is this? A 1970 and very fine. 1970? No. 1917. Where are you? Here's your back. Those are sharp ears. Nothing wrong with this. Okay. What's up front here? 1970. Look at it. It's $1. Who's up for a dollar deal? 1917. I have a hard time getting much above very fine on these. $1 for Snakefoot, and it is yours, baby. Where'd my piece of paper go? Oh, yeah, I got to talk about this next. Jeff W. I'll have more, guys. Don't worry about a thing. Now, these are affordable. You're probably looking at about $1.50 on the book value on that. But let's make my life. I'm a simple guy, really. Let's make these easy for me. So I was talking about that 14D and the berry specimen. This is about a year, maybe a year and a half ago. You know, I try to do these videos and explain about sensationalizing these coins, and you know, these high dollar, big money coins they are few and far between to find. And then you get a guy, you know, who finds a 1914D in a freaking Coinstar machine, which we'll never focus on ever. I hate this camera. So he finds a 1914D in a Coinstar. No fooling. Just look at this. He had it slabbed by NGC because people are talking about the mint mark. That doesn't look right. That don't look right. You got to have that slabbed, or you got to send it in. So he sends it in because all these people are saying you got to send it in, and then he puts it to auction. And of all the people that said send it in, 0 bid on the darn thing. Here it is, 1914D. You got to find above the date. It looks like a number 7. It is a scratch, and it's probably from the Coinstar machine. Okay, and he shows it to me, and I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking, this is just on the surface here. This is very light, and I'm saying it's a U. But it came back from NGC, where it as XF, and you got a details because of that bit above the date. Okay, let's look at the back, and I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking, this is freaking sharp. This is tight. Find some wear on these. Well, he put it to auction. I grabbed it because these other people didn't bid on it, even though they said, you're going to have that slab. He spends $80 getting the thing slabbed. What are you selling, coins? We're selling coins. They got a whole bunch of wheat pennies over here. If you would like to own this 1914D, which has been graded by NGC, I think improperly for XF details, it should be AU. And I'll give it the details. This is a $750 coin. And there's your number. You can run it through. 44768340001. Now, these are what you call a conditional rarity. Higher grades, there are very, very few in existence. There are about 2,000 that are uncirculated or better. And you can look at the sharpness of detail on the reverse here. This is a superior reverse. That is far better than any XF coin I've ever seen. And have a look at the front. And it's a darn shame about that bit of a scratch. But there it is. So if you'd like to purchase that and own it and keep it for yourself, where's my bag? Let me know. It's going to be like 200 or 300 degrees. It's that meteor. They've been begging for a meteor ever since they started electing officials to office, and here it is. It's heating the place up. This will kill the dinosaurs. What do we got next? 17D. 1970 17D in fine condition, and it is $2. And I got a focus. I have it for a different height for that slab. There you go, 1917D. Good complete rim. A respectable coin going to chocolate cherry. Layaway. First person to come up with it beats your layaway. I put you on layaway, but if somebody else buys it, you get your money back. I get the full price from this other guy. That's what I can do. What do we get? Chocolate cherry, $2. There you go. And that's a 1970 day. You're going to have a good little collection here. If I can get the little slip in there. So I got to do something with the blog. And I think I'd like to do a victory board. Send in your photos of your complete set of Lincolns. Show me a complete set. And you're going to take pictures with your name on it written down, right? Here. Paula's got it easy because, see, if she sends in a picture and her name's on it, we all get $20. There you go. But it's real easy. Show me your complete set with your name. Dum-da-dum, just like that. Yeah, my handwriting's terrible. Yeah, we'll get a victory board going. But give me a good shot of your very best, right? It might be the 1909 SVD, but it might be a 1956 D. Who knows what your best one is? What do we got here? I got an extremely fine with laminations. This is a $4 bill on this one. Let's find those lambs. Now, lambs often accompany woody coins. I bet you it's on the back. I'm looking for some fine parallel lines. Hoogie's Hobby Shop gets it for $4. I'll be able to include this with your other items. Hoogie had ordered a few things. Let's find this. There should be some lambs. Why didn't you write down front or back? Damn. This guy's a dork sometimes. No, not you. Me. I didn't write down where the lambs are. I like to be able to find these things. Let's look. Oh, there we go. We're starting to see them over here. Oh, I invented this thing. I got a new invention. Where'd it go? I call it my hair. There it is. See, that's like a little cocktail. You put it in your Mai Tai or something. But it's got a strand of hair, magic strand. So I can take, and it's taped off on the top and on the bottom, so it keeps it straight. Oh, this is so cool. Can you see it yet? No, there's the hair. But I can show these laminations and their direction with a hair. And we got some more over here. There you go. See the direction of these? Oh, this is the coolest little gadget I've ever come up with. Don't be afraid to invent stuff. There you go. Those are laminations. Don't be afraid to invent stuff. Hoogie gets that one at $4. Because we got a whole lot of new people coming to this hobby, so we got a whole lot of new ideas. I mean, some of these ideas are pretty good. Let me show you this real quick. I'm so proud of myself because I did this so I could measure something. God knows what. It's just a hair, and I took a plastic flip, right, and cut a notch out of it, just like this, and took a hair, taped it at the top, taped it at the bottom, and added a handle with tape. But I've got a tiny little line, about 1/10 of a millimeter, so sharp you can split a hair. But for what we're doing here, this is all new stuff. We're in new territory doing live coin sales, and we need some tools. Well, the only way we're going to get them is if we come up with them. Here's a 1918D. It is very fine. Has some doo-doo in the fine corners. And I'm zoomed in. Let's get out. So, geez, let's see your jigs. Did I use my hair? Yes, off my back. It's a much finer hair. And it's long enough. There we go, 1918D. Pretty darn good shape. This is very fine, and it is a $3 bill. Ooh, let me show you what we can do with that thing. There we go. But I got enough. I could probably make, thousands of these coin line thingies. I'd like to do 2, so I can get across here and zoom right in. That'll be time coming. 18D and very fine. Going to, I believe S. Ross has it first. There you go. But what have you got? Show me pictures. Tell me about it. Let's, send me one. We'll make a whole video about it. Geez, I can show you how to take a mailbox and chop it up, and you got a box to store coins in, and you can take junk mail, and you got a holder to put coins in. A lot of people out there love to collect coins, but dropping 20 or 30 bucks on supplies is a bit much. Geez, I didn't actually buy my first coin until I was like 12. 1918S in very fine, $3. It is a light woody, just light. You can see the grain here. It's coarse, it's broad, not much coverage, and low contrast. I like those high contrast woodies. Mantic's going to grab that woody for $3. It's all you. There you go. And a bit on the back, not much. On the front, just a kiss of color. All my t-shirts look like this. I had just a splash of bleach. You got to do that down south. Oh, I got to write down your name. Yep. We never had a bleach our clothes up north because, we just pile them up and they freeze. They don't get smelly. They don't get, let me say that right. They don't get very smelly, here. I'm pretty clean. except for the feet, because I walk around barefoot all the time. Did I mention I'm on fire? You sure are. Get over to check out Lemonhead Penny's stuff, because that guy is on fire. Okay, 1918S. It is very fine, and I'm going to pull up my hair there, because you're going to see some more laminations, and you'll see how they are parallel to each other. Look how great that works. See the parallel nature of this? I'll hold it steady. Move it over to the next section. Move it over to the next. I got a bump. Move it over to the next section. Those are lamination issues. That's not. Those aren't scratches. That's a $3 bill for an 18S. Let's look at the back. Where is it? I've lost it. Here's my finger. There we go. That is a lamination issue. $3 bill for this guy. I've got Jeff W. grabs it first. There you go. Lambs on both sides. See the direction? Where's the hair? I can't find my hair. There you go. Now hold that steady and slide the coin as best I can. No, the coin is staying put. And it's mostly straight on. But yeah, you got some pretty good laminations and a decent peel down bottom. $3 bill. And that was, let me scroll up one. Everybody's buying it. Jeff W. got it for $3. Yep. Let's have another look at that. We discussed it. It's gone. They're small lambs. Even this section down bottom, it's gone. All right, another stick. It's like my fifth stick today. These are down here. It's starting to be more substantial. It's almost you know, the whole size of a letter of what's been peeled away. It takes a while for these to really gain their value. And once you got, you know, a couple of letters of the United States, once you got, you know, several square millimeters that are peeled away, then you really start to add a premium. I don't think this really is enough to add a premium, so it goes to Jeff W. for $3. And if it did add a premium, we put it up for auction and see what you people think. The decimal is in the right place. Just a little hotter here. 1,170,000. That's hot. You can set that down. That's hot enough to melt Lemonhead's balls. That's how you know it's hot. I got a 1918S. Another one. Very fine. Nothing listed on it as an issue. So if you want to get that now. There's your 1918. The one is properly spaced. I got separation. Just there's a smile line. It's a $3 bill. And I don't have any laminations on here. It's a pretty darn respectable, very fine. S. Ross is going to grab it up for $3. It's all you. S. Ross. God love you guys. I've been threatening to do a sale for a while now. There we go. We're still in the teens. We've been on for an hour and a half. I'm still in the teens. God, I'm gonna run out of juice soon. I can tell. I'll probably take a break here. 1918S in extremely fine, but I have some verdigris over behind his head. I'm afraid I don't like this coin at all. If you want it for $1, it's yours. I don't like this coin at all. I don't like selling coins with, you know, big. That kills the coin. CJ, it's yours. XF, but it kills the coin. CJ, $1. Well, you'll be able to recover your dollar when you go to sell it. I don't like that at all. They had $5 written down. It's not, no, that's not, it's not good enough. How do I do shipping? Drones. I get to thinking stuff up, and I actually sit here and type up notes about this crap I think up. Could you replace the U.S. Postal Service with drones? You know, just ship it yourself if you had enough drones. Because these things, you can get 100-mile distance on them. So I'm thinking, you know, Why not? You'd have to fly them high enough so that they're around here, so they're out of the range of shotguns, because it would be sport, right? Here comes another one, Jed. Boom, 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 boom. It'd be skeet. Oh, $3 is what we're charging for shipping, right? If you buy supplies, sets, books, that sort of thing, we go by weight, and it doesn't take long to go past the 1 pound limit on first class mail. And you get into priority mail at $7.50. So $3 is what I do. That works. But if you geez, coins are so darn light. If all you had, you get a drone, put some solar panels on it, so it keeps going, and you fly it out to like a central hub, and then have bigger packages, so it's more efficient that way. And you can deliver it. Just set the thing on remote control, automatic GPS, and send it out. But you got to have somebody there to get the drone or set down something. But they'd be skeet for sure. Any good slabs? I had that 1914D. There we go. That's a 1914D Lincoln with XF details. I've got several more proofs, but I don't have them lined up right now. So we're going to just go with what I have lined up. What do we got here? 1919S and very fine plus. That is sharp and crisp and clear. Look how sharp that is. $2. But I get to, doing the math on it. You need like 3,000 drones to really start pulling this off, and you'd have to have a route, where you can, get it from where it's picked up to the drone hub, then fly from hub to hub across the nation. $2 for SROS, you got it. And finally get to, the end location. And you have one coin, one drone, fly it out. But it's not manned. That's a big thing. And if you can rely on renewable energy, and keep the darn things charged up as they go, well, it should work. Then I got to thinking, well, what if you kind of cheated and landed on top of a big rig? That'd be neat. Save you a lot of energy. You'd probably get a whole lot more distance, and she should be going 60, 80 miles an hour. Around here, more like 85, 90. Acme delivers. Oh, look, we're in the 20s. Well, anyway, I don't have enough to invest in several thousand drones at this point, plus the staff to handle the locations where they would be the hub. But maybe, who knows? They're taking these drones and they're putting lights on them, right? And they get like 1,000 drones, and they pretend it's like pretend fireworks. They dress lights on them. They do a dance. The computer runs them. Yeah, all those places where you can't have fireworks because it's too hot and dry, and you're gonna set the whole town on fire. They do drone fireworks shows. 1920, fine, and has some laminations. Let's find them. Fairly unremarkable. I have no price listed on this. There you go. You got a whole flurry of lamps, and you can see these going south-southwest. Hey, Blues. I have that coin, that exact same 1920 wheat. 1920 and fine. I bet you it's $1. And the only reason it's $1 is because these lambs are fairly strongly covering this coin. But those are lambs. $1. So anyway, I'm digressing about the drones. But what if you took the drones and you had them, with several lights, and set them up, with GPS so they're a foot apart, and if you could keep them a foot apart even with the wind, right, you could have a hell of a light show. But they got these LEDs where you vary the voltage and you can change the wavelength. So let's say you got a series of lights on each drone, and you got 500 drones wide and 500 drones tall, so you're not into the FAA range. But what are you talking now? 800,000 lights. This is better graphics than you get in your screen. And if you can vary the color, how many colors you got, you can put up like a picture of a politician and fly it over the city. Vote for Jeb. That's $1 in the 1920 fine. We'll put that away and have it ready for next time. I think it'd be cool as hell. Oh yeah. There's a UFO in my house. Get over it, lady. It's a politician. Every 4 years, they'd be calling like crazy. I got a 1920 and extremely fine. Let's find him. There he is. Extremely fine. Got a couple of contact marks on his head. But that's a good range. That's a good high-end, extremely fine. This is a $2 bill. Did I mention I'm on fire? That's what on fire is. Fire Demon says, I also have one of your 1994S Proof Kennedy half dollars that Mantic sent. Outstanding. Where they had one right here a moment ago. What's that one? 1994. You'll see them right here. I got a bunch of these. They're not really lined up for the show because I'm playing with the wheats. That's a 1994S. Clad Proof, 2.5 million made. They're sweet. They're gorgeous. If you want one, just let me know an email or maybe in the chat we can get those. But if you're already getting some stuff, you know, shipping's already included. Let's see if we can make that focus. They are black and white. But I came across a bunch of those. And grabbed them up. No respect, he says. Well, if that's what you're looking for, you let me know. Lemonhead says I'll take one. Lemon 1994S Proof Kennedy. There we go. I'll have one right here with your name on it. Oh, those are beautiful proofs, no question about it. Did somebody grab the 1920? I was basically talking about, what was I talking about? I've got to stop taking those meds. Gosh. 1920, extremely fine, $2 bill. Did anybody grab it? Let's find out. I'd take one. He took the half dollar. Okay, I don't see anybody taking it yet. So I'm going to put this away and we'll just have it another day. How about that? There we go. Rob here? I was over watching Rob Stewart's show the other night. Just for a goof. He's got some treats. He does coin roll hunting. He does beep metal detecting. He found a what looks to be, it's pretty corroded, but it looks to be a King George II halfpenny token. Kind of a neat thing. I've been hoping to get one of these for the show. But his is a bit corroded. Still, that's a heck of a find. Those things are few and far between. I got a 1920S and very fine. Lemonhead, you'll take the 20? It's gone. Where'd it go? There it is. That's a $2 bill and 20D and XF. Lemon. Oh, look, the frogs are back. There, you got it, baby. A 1920S. Sold, he says. I think I finally stopped sweating. My eyes are burning. Yeah, from the heat. That's what that is. Let's look at the back of this. This is very fine. There you go. And it's $1. Now, the reverses, when you get into the 20s, you'll start to see these really weak reverses because they ran the reverse dies until there was nothing left. Even though you got great detail on the front, you might have very little detail on the reverse, and even at high grades, they're flushed out. Thanks, Ken, for all your help on it. I have to put together photos of the Hibernia coin I found this year. You find a Woods Hibernia? Dude, that's like one of my gotta have one. That's on my dream list. They're only $100 or $200. Get yourself a Woods Hibernia token. S. Ross says 1. S. Ross gets it. That's $1 on that coin. If I can find the holder. You got it. Those old colonials, they had a lot of them, and they took pretty much any of them. Good Lord, there was no circulating coinage. We didn't make our own coinage. Some of the colonies did, but it wasn't until the 1760s, right? What's this one? 1921, very fine. So you got this fantastic hodgepodge of coinage. It was a melting pot. Geez, the till at the store was a melting pot. You have a little bit of a die scratch. No, not a die scratch. A little bit of a scratch right on his head, and that's some crud. That dark spot is some kind of crud. God knows what that is. But I say very fine on this. It's a slick brick. But the They started making these non-regal half cents. You got George III. Everybody hated George III. So, well, geez, you know, we got this copper. We can do stuff with it because there's a lot of shipbuilding and ship repairing, and they had all this copper on the sides of a lot of these ships. They'd pick a piece off because it got blasted by pirates or some darn thing, and they'd fix it. So we got coppersmiths, and we'd come up with copper. And they started making tokens, right? Looks a lot like the King George, halfpenny token. The merchants would take it. They got smaller over time, so the merchants start to weigh it. What is this? A 1921 very fine at $2. Anybody got that one? And so they made these non-regal half-cent tokens, and the merchants would they spent easily. And this went out for 30, 40 years. $2 twos. I got chocolate cherries first. But nobody could read back then. Well, not a whole lot of people. So it said, George III Rex is what it's supposed to say. They say George III rules. They'd misspelled Britannia, put in extra letters, take letters out, whatever. It didn't matter. They make them big and fat and chubby. That's why they call them non-regal. You can't do that to the king, even if you're in revolt. Well, anyway. They're kind of cool. I've been keeping an eye out for one of those. 1921 S, very good. This is a $2 bill. What was that last one? Oh, the 1921. 1921, there are no D-mint marks. How come? Here we go. Very good. Nice sharp mint mark, clean field, solid rim, and very good on the details here. Very good. Big, fat, chubby, huge. They just slopped him up. They slobbered him right up. Not quite strong enough on the ears here to command fine condition. And looking at it, this is a strong reverse. Okay, so it's not so worn out. And it went to, I see chocolate cherry, or was that on the last coin? That's a $2 bill. Chocolate cherry gets it either way. You'll be happy with it. Man, I need to take a break here real quick. Nature calls and all that. Usually it calls right in the middle of a show. But we're an hour 42 into it. It's 11:13. And we're barely into the 20s here. Gosh. 1921 S in fine is coming up next. I'm going to put this in and let you stare at it. See if you can find some dye varieties here. I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I got to go step on the cat. Make sure he's got food. Please do not jump bids. Bins, mostly. We'll get back. I'll be here in a bit. Ooh. There we go. What's with the eyebrow? Cherry, guess what? He says. Cherry's awesome. It's the reason we let her stick around here. I got a 1921S in regular fine. And here we're going to look at the back. The front says fine to very fine. Let's look at the back because these are so weak in the back sometimes. This is a good sharp strike, I think, and it's just not strong enough to support very fine. Right, when you have a weak strike, everything's kind of smushed. Everything's kind of run over, run down. I'm on fire again. Again? You ain't burned down yet. What the heck? 1921S. It's a slightly better date for the 20s. There's a couple of decent dates in there. The 22, the 24D. This 21S is yours for $3. Not too bad. We'll put that away if nobody's interested. Because next up I got another one. Oh, it has a little bit of wood on it. That's where I was going to take that. You got it. Now all these coins are going to ship USPS first class with tracking. And they all come in their own little flip. So you can take them out and look at them. If you don't like them, send them back. But I'm sure their price is pretty darn decent. I don't get anything. I had a couple of items come back, but not in a long time. Here you got fine condition. This is a medium strength on the reverse die. Not as awesome as it could be, but a whole lot better than some of these 20s. And it has a fine bit of wood grain you can see here. But it's very fine, very tight texture. Any older cent proofs? Not out right now. I got some 50s. I got to get them and line them up. I'm just not ready with those to sell right now. That's the thing. This is a $5 bill for this. And let me see if I can get the angle right so we can get the color here. And it's very fine grain. It's light. Not a whole lot of awesome coverage. But for fine, that's not too bad for a $5 bill. Steve Day says, 1 cent. I want to thank you for coming in. You have a nice day. I'll put this away for later because we got more coming. $1921S in very fine. I must have a lot of 21S's. What you got here? I've got good separation between the cheek and jaw. I can see his jawline is clear. Let's have a look. Well, I've got a bit of a scratch on the back. Well, that's why it says that. Okay. What you got in the back? Here we go. Very fine. A little bit weak on the right ear. But good enough to call it very fine. But I've got a few blemishes in here. This goes out the door at $2. There we go. The front looks a whole lot better. And we can get over here and take a look at these little bits. Snakefoot gets it for $2. It's all you. Oh, we made it. Good. We made it. We have an auction coming up. Oh boy, oh boy. And we'll make it fun. I've got a 1922D. You're going to find this to be a semi-key. They made, how many did they make? Let's get in here and find out. That's not it. 1922D. How many did they make? 7.1 million. PCGS estimates a 10% surviving population. That gives you 700,000. And if you got 2 million people collecting wheats, that doesn't leave a whole lot of room for these things. Yeah, we'll auction this one. Why not? Serious bids only. Serious bids and bids. There you go. You got very fine on this. Okay, but we got some detail issues, in particular behind his head. That is not a lamination. That is a bit of damage back there. Okay, right across his forehead, his eye. You get a little bit of a scratch right there. Okay, but it's a 1922D, and they're a little tougher to come by. Now, I call it very fine. As far as the quality of the details, you got a good sharp reverse. Seriously, it's not one of the weak ones, but you do have some issues with this coin. The starting bid is $1, but I see Snakefoot with 2, Lemonhead with 4, okay, 5. That's a pretty decent bid. I don't think it'll go for 5, but we'll take a look in there. 22D, very fine with some issues, and that one behind his head that's going to take away a lot of value on this coin. Normally a very fine, probably $25 to $30 range. Damn, you drive a hard. Lemonhead's at $5. My 2 was for the 21S before, says Jeff W. Oh, okay. There you go. I got a 21S right there with $2 and your name on it. So we're styling. But this bid's rolling. We're at $5 right now in this auction. And you can see the damage behind the head. But geez, it's a good sharp 22D. It looks a whole lot better than bathroom tile, I can tell you for sure. Let's flip that over and take a look. There's a contusion on the right side down here at 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock. You got pretty decent wheat lines. If it worked for a weak strike, that'd be probably fine. Okay, but you got some really tough reverses on this. Up at the top, you got a little ding there at 1 o'clock, another one at 11 o'clock. The bid at this right now is $5. And for a decent looker, I'm sure you could recover that $6 bid pretty quickly. Let's look at this 22D. If it was not screwed up, it didn't have that damage, the 22D in very fine. Which column is that? That's this column. Nope, that's a 24D. This has $18 and some change, but don't worry about the change. In good condition, you're looking at $12. Now, you got to ask, is this better than good? Yeah, probably. Are the blemishes going to take away how much from the value of that coin? Lemonhead says it doesn't take $7 off. Back off, handsome, he says. Grind it. It should be able to buff right out. I got that Dremel tool. We'd probably get that and make it look like something else, you know. Get some putty. With that putty, I had a putty knife here the other day. We can fix this. We can spend $17 to fix a $12 coin. Guaranteed. Looks like natural, nothing ever happened to it. Right now, Lemonhead has a $7 bid. That's not too bad price for this coin. We're to go once on that. Mantic is out. He fell for it. Woohoo! $7 bill, 2022D. We're going twice on that. Lincoln is up at 10. Oh, good. Lincoln has a $10 bill on that. You'll find, geez, there's a bit of a trade-off. You get better detail, but you have a few blemishes. What could you sell that for when it's time to upgrade your coin? Because really, if you wanted to upgrade this from your set, you'd have to get to very, very fine at least. Because, geez, you're going to be hard-pressed to get one with this kind of detail at this kind of price. 10 American is, that's the way I work. I'm going to send you an invoice in American dollars. $11 American. American money. That's 1,100 times face value. Don't you wish your grandmother had stashed away a few boxes of these? Give me your Social Security check. Make me a sandwich. I love you, Grandma. $11 going once. No paper trail. No paper trail. We got $12 now. 11 for Lemon, 11 for Lincoln, 12 for Lincoln. You're off the grid. You can slap anybody you like then. It's not a problem. Joe Bond. Joe sent some stuff. Look at it. It's a box. I read the note. Look. We're going to take a break here. Lemon is at 13. We're going to come over here and look. I have not yet opened the package here. I just cut open the top of the box. But we're going to look at that stuff on Sunday because Joe Bund sent this stuff in to give away on the big show. God love you, Joe. We're at 13 for lemon. 13 for lemon. And Lincoln Central is out, so we're going to go once. Excuse me, it's going once. I'm going to have to type in this. And it's going twice. Okay, and if nothing comes in before I type slod, there it is. Slod. The keyboard's broken. Okay, thanks, bro. Lemonhead has it at 13. Congratulations. Now you're going to find that's a fair coin at a fair price. You slotted it. He bought it. Lemon. And 13. There's every chance of easily recovering your investment there, and probably, I bet you can get 15 bucks for it. Where'd it go? There we go. Get that it. What's this one? 1924 P. What's that? S. Well, there's two of them in here. Okay. Let's see what we got. I don't know why there's two of them in here. There shouldn't be two of them in here. We go $2 on the 1924P and the 1924S. The P, there it is. This says very fine. That looks about right. It has some heavier contact marks which need to be mentioned. And on the reverse, where'd it go? What the hell? Why is it? Oh, it's two 1924s. This doesn't make sense. There it is. I had the camera on wrong. Okay, here's the fine 1924P. Okay, good, solid, sharp strike. Ain't nothing wrong with that. This is a bin. Bin. Paula has binned it. And over here, we've got a fine 1924S with a few marks. And $2 for the pair. But the front looks real good. So Paula gets that. Was ist das? Oh. Those sell separately. Paula. How much was it? $2. Paula, $2. That's not nice to say. Gosh. Okay, to go with the 1924P and the 1924S, you gotta have, it's like peas and carrots. You gotta have 1924D. Okay, this one's in good condition. Let's have a look at it. I got some contact marks here that are worth mentioning over here in the shoulder. Lots of wear, especially on Liberty. The face details, they're kind of gone. He's got a contact mark on his nose. The 24D, that's a much better date. Is it a semi-key? Debatable. Some say yes, some say nah. Let's look at some numbers real quick. Over here I've got 1924D with 2.5 million made and 10% surviving population. 250,000 surviving. You know, we're probably going to add about 1 million new collectors to the hobby over the next 5 years. This is what digital technology is doing. Where's the 31S? It's still back there, and I don't have any idea where. Some say it's semi-key, some say better date. This is a $20 bill for it in good. Okay, not much here on the reverse leaves. The rim is sound, however. That's not too bad. Please no spam. There we go. Now, if you like the 24D, you're gonna find this. This can be a tougher one to find. I actually found one in a bag. Geez, I used to love those bags I got from the fella. He passed away. I forget his name. Geez, don't be forgotten after you're gone. Great bags. I remember for those. Now, if it doesn't want to go for $20, I'll set this aside and we'll still have it available. And we're going to keep on moving. There it goes. Chelsea Clark says 20. I'm going to send this coin to you for $20, okay? But if you're going to add 1 million new collectors over the next 5 years, because of what digital technology is doing. Those better dates or semi-keys, yeah, they always start with linkage. Most collectors start with what's inexpensive, and Wheats fits the bill. What's this one? Oh, I missed a year. So why not grab them up when you can, because everybody wants to fill a set. 1923S. There you go, a better date. Not quite as good as 24. This is very good. Have a look at this. This is a $2 bill. This is very good. It's out the door to CJ at $2. That's a lot better than, well, okay. The obverse, it's a bit mushed, and it has some contact marks. But I just saw that reverse. I must have been going fast that day, because that is VF on the back. It's yours. You got it coming. That's respectable. Just getting sharp reverses on 20s is respectable. Oh, you're going to write your name down. CJ. You got that coming. I have another one. This one is in fine condition. It's probably not as nice as that one CJ just got. It does have some woodiness, but not a whole lot. Not particularly bold. Let's get that in an angle. We can see it. Very low contrast. You'll see more in the reverse here. Very low contrast. Okay, not quite enough to mention. But hey, it'll fill a slot in your woody set. 1923S. I've got fine condition here. I've got some separation between the cheek and jaw. Looks like a pretty worn out die that produced this. And for $3, take it. And have a look at the back. Here I've got, I think what this is a worn die on the back here. Just, they're not as sharp as I like to see. If I tilt this, you can see some evidence of, oh, what do they call it? The progressive indirect design transfer. S. Ross grabs it for $3. They just wore the heck out of these things. There you go. Sold. There's my email. Make sure you send me your email address so I can get an invoice out to you, and we'll get these shipped right away. But we do need to include shipping charges. Then, of course, anything else you want to get, you got to let me know. And with PayPal, using the invoices, we get all that buyer, all that good, juicy buyer and seller protection. 1924S. This is in fine condition. Let's look at that face. A face only a nation could love. This is a $2 bill for a 24S. Lemon squeeze. I cherry-picked one today, and it did match the T of variety number 1. Very good. Fine condition. I want to see lines in the ears. Well, I just barely have them. Hoogie's going to take it for $2. Ooh, here you go. You got some progressive indirect design transfer going on here. Let me tilt it back and forth. What happens is they slam so many together for so darn long. The general outline of the major devices on one die goes through the coin and starts to put, abuse marks on the back. And here you see them. This would be the Lincoln's jacket. Over here's his head. And if I tilt that just right, you can see the rounding head, and you should have the front of the jacket coming over here. That's all that is. Kind of a ghosty appearance. Where's that piece of paper? Right there. And I got you, Hoogie. Do 25D. How many of these we got? Is that it? No, it's a 20. Oh, this is 25. I got a bunch of 25S's coming. Here's a 24S, another one for $2. In case you missed the first one. Progressive indirect die design transfer, aka wore out. Here's another one, 24S. This is fine condition. Let's flip that baby over. Yeah, there. Oh, we better look at those 25S's. Frank will probably grab them all the time. His thing is 25S DDOs. And there's some real neat ones going on in there. This is a second 24S in fine condition for $2. And Lemonhead's going to take it. Lemonhead. Hey, hey, hey! Cindy's here. We're ready. I'm going to have some coffee. Okay, all at once, everybody type in, welcome, Cindy, and hit enter. I'm going to have a little cigarette action here right now. We can talk, we can chat. Because we've been going for 2 hours. And I need a fix. Kyle says, I have a 22D Woody, not a mark on it. Got it for 10 cents in a bag of 20s and teens. Also a 99 VDB, toned, same condition, outstanding. You can go through these bags. We do it every now and then here. Matter of fact, I got to start promoting the next bag. I got a bag of wheats of 5,000 of them and open them right here. Now, the guy I get them from, I know they've been searched for dates. So these wheats have been searched for dates for years and years. You don't often get anything before 1940 on these. Did I go over 15 bucks? Beats me, baby. We'll find out. If you do, we'll just put you on I can put you on layaway. Don't tell anybody, though. Anyway, where was I? I was talking about something. Oh, yeah, the wheat bags. But I get these bags, and I can guarantee this guy, nobody has time to go through on a commercial scale and hunt dye varieties one coin at a time. And the computers aren't strong enough to detect them at this time. There's not enough entered in the database. So you can always find dye varieties in those things. Kyle says, my silver guy don't do pennies, so he gives them to me. I'll go with it. I got a guy downtown. He buys gold and silver from the public. You know, somebody dies, they rip his teeth out because they got gold fillings, and they sell them to this guy. Okay, that's what he does. He makes a killing just on this little town. Pareidolia. You want to see it. Okay, we're going to get going here. I got 25, 25, 25. 1, 2, 3, 4. I get 4 25S's coming up. And they're in fine, very fine, fine, and very good. With some lambs, and I don't have a price on that one. So I got 3 coming up. 2 $1 deals. One's $2. Okay, but first, 25D. So we got, this thing says fine condition, and it's $1. That's not too bad. Decent rim on there. The fields are decent, clear. Some heavy wear for $1, says Chelsea Clark. I'll take it. Let's look at the back, see what you're getting. And a decent strike. Not particularly bold on the lines, but that's a handsome piece. That's respectable. You can show that to your friends and be happy. Look what I got. You got nothing. Then you do this. Logan hit me on the stream. There you go. And that was that Chelsea? Let me go back and find it. Chelsea Clark. There you go. $25S. I got $1 deal. The first one is fine. Now Frank's going to be looking at this thing real hard. And the telltale signs, you can scour eBay for these things, and just looking at the date, you can pull out double dies. A lot of them show up really boldly on the 9 in particular. Got a big, fat, looks like a goiter. Looks like my grandmother's gout. But that's fairly typical for a 25S. Fine condition, this is $1. Swoops, paddles, and ski jumps. Way to go. There you go. Fine condition. Let's look at the back. That's where I was going to take it. You got it. Fine condition. Those are pretty strong lines for fine, but the berries are starting to run together. A little bit weak on that side. Didn't make very fine. You'll be happy with that. Sold. I got another one coming up for $1. Wait for it. That's Ross. Paula, you wanted this one, and it went. So I'll give you first dibs on this next one. But I got a very fine also. Which would you rather look at? The fine is $1. Here, I'll pull them both out. Go to the casino. Yep, don't spend all that winnings on some big stereo. On the left side here, I've got fine. That's $1. Pretty much right on par with that first one. You can check out your 9. That's what Frank's doing right now. This girl over here, no, this guy over here, 25S is very fine. And that bit of difference in the wear, you got much better features on here. You take the very fine, it is $2 and it is all yours. So we still have the fine at $1 up for grabs. And this is Paula. Whoops, don't drop that piece of paper. That's key to the whole operation. And 1. You want that first one, Frank? You got it. Let's look at the back, Frank. There you go. That's $1. Okay, a little weak on this side. Both if possible. Paula, get the first one. And you got that one for sure. Coin Dragon. I can't spell. It looks like Dragon. You're not pregnant, are you? Did I read the lemon head got knocked up? What the heck's going on there? 1926. What do you got here? D with laminations, but a weak reverse. And it's $1 deal. Let's see if we can see these lambs. Oh yeah, all across it. The whole darn thing's covered with lambs. But they're minor and don't really add much to it. Let's have a look here. Oh, look at them go. Hoogie says $1. Fine. Hoogie gets first dibs on that one. There you go. Weak reverse. See how everything's just mushed? Right, that die is just wore out. Now I've got some 26S's coming up. We're going to auction them all off. Hoogie on this one. What's this next? It's in the wrong place. Okay, that was a 26D, but I got a 26 coming up. Plus my hips couldn't take it. My word. Let me get this put up here. I'll get rid of this slip of paper that says 1920. 1926. Here it is. XF. $2 bill. How you look? How you look for $2? Now that's a sharp XF. Why are we getting XF? Let's look at the back. It's XF plus is what it's written on there. I'd like to see 2 lines on the side. On both sides. That's a good sharp back. Those look to be, those are lamination errors. $2. S. Russ spoke up. It's coming your way. Now the pavements are always more populous. And you can get decent grades on the P's for pretty reasonable prices. Okay, 26D in fine is next. Fine plus, it says. This is very dark. 1926D. $1 deal. Fine. Not too shabby. Quite dark. Look at the back. Decent lineage. Starting to wear out from the right side in. Let's get the other side. I bet you it's half gone. No, it's not too bad. But it's quite dark. And I can show you this over here. $1 for S. Ross. It's all you. And there's your color. No matter. That's a good one. Next 26D is very fine plus. And I can see a lot more detail on this one. Oh, I'm going to write down your name. That's Ross. I'm going to have to work out some other sort of roster to keep track of all these things. There we go. Now, I oftentimes put individual codes on these coins so I can set aside, you know, in the sold pile. when I do invoices. But here, I can just write right on the piece of paper. 1926D, very fine plus, $4 bill. That's good separation on the cheek and jaw. This is an upper grade on the VF. It's got some, smudgery going on. Don't let that stop you. I've got a great detail on the back. There we go. Have a look at that. That's a $4 bill on this one. It's 300 degrees here, he says. Stay cool, man. If you can't stay cool, stay groovy. I'll take 250. Well, this is only 4, so that'll give you 246 and change. And we can set this aside for another day if need be. It's not a problem at all. Okay, 1926S. I've got 1, 2. That it? 2 of them. This one doesn't have anything written on it. So we'll start the bidding on $1. And let's have a look at what we got. And that is pretty well worn. There's a light depression between the cheek and jaw, but not much for detail. It's a 26S, all right. But it's pretty heavily worn. It's got a bit of a slash there at the top of his head. Got some pitting going on. So we got a screwed up 1926S. Where's the 31S? Somewhere on the desk. Good luck finding it. Yeah, if you can find it, you can have it. We've got a $2 bid on this from Hoogie's Hobby Shop. Now, the 26S, some say it's a better date and some say it should not draw a premium, right? The fact of the matter is the quality of the dies that were used to produce these this year, it's hard to get them in decent grades. It ought to be considered a conditional rarity, but you can find, there's a whole lot more in mint states on the 26S than there are on the 14Ds. Those are just plain hard to come by. If I come and find it, I can keep it. You ain't getting up that driveway, baby. But good luck, $4 for S. Ross. Now we got some wear, plenty of it. We got some scratches here in the front. On the back, we got a lot of pitting going on. We got some environmental damage. That's a $4 bid to S. Ross. I'm gonna grab a little bit of coffee. There we go. That's probably about right. So we're gonna give it first call. I'm gonna type in slod. And we'll give that a second call. We're looking for a $5 bid to pick this up. I got a helicopter. That's all right. 1926S. We can get in and take a look at that. You get a lot of this die deterioration on the dates on these things. Well, you get a lot of die deterioration across the whole darn thing, really. And that is slod. That's it. Oh, let me press the slod button. There we go. That's a slod, and it's $4 to S. Ross. Yeah. I'll get this out. Here we go. Slod. I wrote slod. S. Ross. There we go. Let's look at the next one. This one I have listed as very good. Gosh, we're about halfway there, and it's midnight. Gosh. Come back, come back. Put that up here. This says very good. Let's see how close it was. Where are you? Let's zoom out right there. Same as before. We open up the bidding on these. At $1. Is it worth $1? I think that's much sharper than that last one. And as you can see, you've got the progressive indirect design transfer across this whole darn thing. Opening bid is $1, has been met by CJ and exceeded by Hoogie at $2. I think Hoogie needs one. And you see the outline of Abe's jacket. on the left and the right, and kind of a round, curvy section up at the top, up at the bottom, which is Lincoln's head. CJ says $3. $3 in this 1926S. You do have some detail, just the start of some lines on the tips of those wheat. There you go. And you get some heavy contact marks above the date and right behind Lincoln's head. We can go in and take a look at that date. Oop, my camera's falling out. And let's make sure this is right. There it is, 1926S. Bow tie. We got hair, lips, ears. A little scratch right up there. That's a $3 bill so far, and they're going once on that to CJ. Let me type in slot over here. I might need some water because I ran out of coffee. That's going to CJ for $3. There you go. Well, now, once you start getting into really high grades on those, I mean, XF and higher, the prices leap forward. I mean, huge on those 26S's. Slod. Well, I can't type, so I'm going to take just a moment and go get the glass of water so I can wet my whistle. There we go. Put it. I lost something. There it is. Okay, next up, 1927. I've had this on the show before. If we can get it out of there, it'd be a miracle. This one is red and brown. So I'm going to show it off over here first. Take a look at the color. Now, the outer edge is quite dark, which suggests it was either in an old acid paper roll at one point, or well, in a folder of some kind, and spent some time there. When I look at the other side, it's a bit darker in the front. There we go. But still, we have cartwheel luster on this thing. This is uncirculated. I'm going to put it under the thing and look. Where'd it go? Morgan here. How are you? 1927. It's red and brown. You got plenty of good highlights around all the letters, around the whole ring. Great halo. And you see the darkness of the outer edge. But we can go in there and look above the ear, on the chin, and on the jawbone. And you can decide for yourself, is it uncirculated or is it worn? Let's look. That baby, there's not a trace of wear on there. So now I'm down to the details, right? I want to get in and see, have we got contact marks? Not very many, really. I mean, this is a good looking coin as far as the marks go. Right? The only real issue with this, look for contact marks. I'll start at the top and we'll go through. Check the rim. Contact marks are few and far between. Sharp, seriously, oh, let me get the rim there. Seriously sharp detail on this. It's every bit of uncirculated. Got a contact mark there beside the, that might be. Let's call it yes, so we have one. So we have one we can count. Good sharp strike in the reverse. This is a $13 bill. What's really hurting this is the tone, the color. That's a contact mark right there across the end. Superior detail though. And I would probably say 64 easily, but I think it's a I think it's a hideous coin. The toning really doesn't do it justice. I've seen much more beautiful coins. It's dark and not that great as far as the color. But the quality of the detail is wonderful. $13 bill is going to take that home for you. There's one. There's one. Right in here. Anybody in, or should we hold that for later? I think we might be setting it aside. No house. You have no house? You get thrown out again? Man, you gotta be nice to that lady, because it's her house. Let's look at the back here. Uncirculated, clear fields as far as the contacts. There's another one right below the C. So I give it MS64 red-brown. No, I give it MS63 red-brown because it's an unattractive toning. Great coin, and we'll just set that aside for later. You got a Morgan? I got a couple of Morgans here. Where the hell they go? We'll probably give one away on Sunday. These are sweet. That was a 27. No, yeah, that was a 27. Where'd it go? Oh, in the unsold pile. 1927. It's gone. 1927. Uncirculated red and brown. And that's $13 on that one. And it is sharp. Right now it's in the plastic. I've already taken it out. So you have to reset and go to 226 or so, 225 on the replay. And have another look at it. Put it in the vent. I'll buy it later, says Jeff W. Man, I could do a show just on the coins that are in the floor vent. There we go. We'll put it on this side. Okay, what's coming up on Sunday's show? You ready for this? Ding. Okay. Da, da, da. 1881 S MS64 Morgan dollar. We're just going to give it away. Here you go. Somebody is going to get lucky and win that. And the 81S is superior, I think, to the 80S, which carries the same grade. The surfaces are just, they're much better as far as luster and the way they reflect the light. There we go. And that's an 1880S. And both of these are slabbed MS64 by NGC. Kid probably has coins in the walls. Probably. They're everywhere, man. There we go. These are going to be luscious. I'd like to get one into the show. It's quiet this time of the year. This past week, there was a smaller donation show, but we still have plenty of coins people are sending in. So the show isn't suffering. But we're not able to get these high dollar coins in there. Am I invisible? Let me catch up. See my last chat. Let's see. Mrs. Lemon had enough. Paula says 13. Paula, you taking that? 27S? 27? Okay. Who spoke up first? What year? I missed it. Closed. Mrs. Lemon had enough. 27. Snakefoot. I'll buy it later. Paula says I'll buy it now. I'm going to take the now. Paula. There you go. It's coming to you, Paula. I got no problem holding on to these things for people, but if somebody wants it now, it goes right now. 27D is next up. Let me get to the bottom of the chat. It doesn't work. Go, come on. Money talks. Jeff W.'s a good guy. I got no problem with. What's this? I'll get two of them. Okay, 27D. I got two of them. They're both fine. One is $2. The other is $3. Let's find them. Ready? This is the fine. It is $2. Da-da-da. What do you think? That's probably about right for $2. There's fine, solid lines, a little weak on this side, and everything's looking pretty good. For $3, let me put that in an angle. Mantic, you here? You might want to look at that one for $3. I got some great contrast strokes going through here. Not much for coverage, but great contrast. These will show up over here. Excuse me. Let's see if we can get that to show. We might not. S. Ross wants the one for $2. It's all yours, and Hoogie gets the one for $3. Is that right? You got it. I can't quite show it over there. That cantankerous camera. Let me sneak up on it. That thing sure is cantankerous. Won't focus anywhere. How can they sell a product that just plain doesn't work? I'm putting that out in the yard beside the toaster. Okay, 27D, the Woody, is going to Hoogie for $3. There you go. And the regular fine was S. Ross at $2. Is that right? Yep. S. Ross. $2. You got it. I'd say that's probably fine plus. You got really good lines on the wheat ears on that. And those are out of here. Man, I'm getting tired here. 2.5 hours of selling wheat pennies? Can you do this all day for a living? What kind of madman would do this all day, Lemon? Ah, gosh. Oh man, I put the water in the fridge. It gets nice and cold. I like it that way because it comes out of the ground like 75 degrees around here. Okay, 27D VF. Are there more? That's a D. Okay, let me shift stuff around because I'm getting it falling over again. This should have been out with the other one. Okay, this one got by for some reason. 27D VF. It should not have gotten by. This is a $3 bill. Solid rim. The fields are pretty clear, but you get a lot of contact marks. This boy's been passed around like an uncirculated girl in New Orleans. And you get some decent lines here on the back. Looks like I'm a madman, Jeff Schumann. Jeff's here. Now we can get started. Jeff, we're just going through some wheat pennies, a whole bunch of them. Teens, 20s, 30s, and maybe some more after that, just to help people fill up their books. Insanity is subjective, not around here. It's mandatory. So you can get those wheat penny collections going. Yep. We're all crazy for this. I'm going to set that aside so we can move on. I got a 27S coming up next. I have great backup. Oh, there's my spot right in there. 27S. This one is fine. It's a $1 deal. I found 27S's are hard to get in higher grades. They really start to thin out real quick. People seem to hold on to them. Now 27S, the depression's going on. They weren't making quite as many coins. But boy, they sure seem to spend these pennies quite often. That's a $1 bill, and it's going to CJ. You got it, baby. Let's see what we got. Pretty much regular, run-of-the-mill for fine condition. And we got a weaker reverse, so not a whole lot of berries or lines. But you'll be okay with that. 27S. I remember back when I was doing my first book, I had the hardest time getting one of those. Nobody had them. Of course, we only had one little place in town. And that was CJ. Yep. I only had the one store in town, so you had to wait for the coin shows, and they were every 6 months. And well, we only had one car, and if Dad's working that day, we couldn't go anywhere. So getting to those shows was a challenge. 1928, XF. Let's see what XF looks like. And this is a $1 deal. 1928. Sound rim, clean fields. I got a couple little nicks on there with great detail in the head. Mantic gets it for $1. You got it coming your way. You got collections for the kids yet? Yeah, that's a solid reverse. 1928 XF. Yeah. You get past the teens and you can start getting higher grades for pretty reasonable prices. You know, $1 or $2 on a lot of dates. Some of the mint marks might be a little tougher to get. 24D, 22D, 21S, 26S. But the P's, you can get them in decent shape. A 1928D, very fine. Let's have a look at that head. Yeah, we got plenty of detail in there. That's a bit of a stronger contact mark in front of the nose. There we go. This is a $2 bill for this VF. Strong reverse. First one to grab it gets a 28D, very fine, $2. S. Ross, it's all you. Man, you're going to have a heck of a set after this is over. Ooh, I think Lincoln did copy paste. I think that's where he's at. Oh, let's see. That goes right here. $1928D XF with a scratch. Let's look at it. Oh boy, that sure does look pretty sharp. Let's find the scratch. Is that it? That must be it over there on the right. That's a bigger scratch. XF. It's a $1 deal. I have a text file open with different stuff like that. Another cool. Yeah. I got one just for coin op. That's handy. There it is. I got a scratch across the right side weed ear. That's not doing it any favors. Because really, you want to have these nice sharp details in the back. It's a wheat penny. You should have good wheat ears. Jeff W. is going to grab that one up. God love you. Well, this is working pretty well. I'm going to have to go through and do another 1,000 wheat pennies. 1929 AU, and I can't read that. Something below Liberty. Let's look below Liberty. You know, if you're going to sell coins, pick out that stuff. What do we see in here? There's some kind of debris, it appears to be. It's got doo-doo on it. 1929D, pretty solid shape. Not a particularly sharp strike, but not much wear on it either. It's a $5 bill is what this says for AU. Let's have a look at these ears. Oh, I think I can live with that. What do you think? That is every bit of AU. Gosh. Let's go back to the front. See what that stuff is below Liberty. Lynn Brady says, my email has changed. Could you, if you would, send me your email through my email right above here? Because when it's that long, it wouldn't take much for me to screw up one letter. There we go. Yeah, it's not debris. Those are little blemishes. Those are little contact marks. I have some finning over here on the side. Good sharp date. $5 bill for Jeff W. Coming your way. What does that say? Pies? I can't read it. Jeff W., it's all you. There you go. 1929D XF Plus. How sharp are we here? It's gone. There it is. XF Plus. Maybe we'll go out a bit. Okay, not quite as solid as the other one. I have a few more contact marks. Let's get back and look at the other side here. This is a $3 bill for XF Plus. All right. Good sharp ears. The berries are starting to get a little bit of wear. That's why XF Plus instead of AU. That's a $3 bill. That's Ross going to nail it. You got it, baby. Mantic, you still here? Type at Mantic, and if it doesn't give his name, he's left. That's Ross. That's an old trick we used back in the Navy. There he is. He's here. He's probably going over to see how many people went over to subscribe to him just now. Because there's got to be dozens. We got 34 people watching here. We got a 29D in very fine. Okay, now very fine. You get better value. You get most of that detail, but you don't get that high price. This is a $2 coin. We'll look at the other side. It's a little bit weaker on the ears. A little bit weaker on the berries. But not too shabby. You can put together a very fine set of Lincolns. And really, it's 3 or 4 of them that are going to take up the bulk of the money. But you can get it for $1,800. You know, geez, you set aside $50 a month. A couple, 3 years, you got a magnificent set of Lincolns. A lot of them you put together in circulation. We'll set that aside. And we're in the 30s. Oh, we made it. We're in 1930. Gosh, only 3 hours? An hour and a half per decade? I was petting my kitty who jumped off my table. Jumped on my table. I got a 1930 AU55. We'll have to look at the color here in a bit because I got some toning. I've got some color around this. It's not enough red to make it red-brown. You got to have 5% red. And this, you just got these little tiny highlights. And what I'm looking for is wear. And it's hard to find, but you find just a touch on the tip of his cheek, just that bit above his ear, and here on the vest. This is a $3 coin. And again, you got some original luster still hanging around, right around the edges. Those are sharp. Check out the shape on those berries. Now I'm going to put the color on that so we can get a better look. That's a $3 coin. Can we see any redness? It wants to fly away. Okay, just hints. It actually shows up better under the little scope than the big one. I hate this camera. I'm taking it back to Walmart. Besides, I want to get pictures of that girl with the eyebrows. Okay, says Mantic. There it is. You can see the color showing up in God We Trust. Over here on the external side of the rim. Little bits below the vest. Not this Cindy. There's all kinds of Cindy's. And on the back, right on the edges, in and around E pluribus unum. There we go. That's a $3 coin. If you'd like to get it, let me know. We'll have it available, I'm sure. 1930D. This is very fine plus. And the book says $2 and change, so we've got a $2 bill on this one. Extremely fine plus, excuse me. Very sharp strike. $2 bill for lemonade. It's all yours. Let's see what we're getting. Now, why would that fall off? We got mail envelopes popping off here for some reason. Yeah, you're solid on the ears here. We'll get that right out to you. That's Ross going to take the 1930, which I've got right here in my hand. That's AU55, $3. S. Ross. You got it, baby. Now, if you have a folder, put these in. Well, that's nice because you still get the you get the flips, because they're all going to ship in flips. I got a 1930T BF Lamb. It doesn't have anything written on it. I'm going to keep on moving. 1931. Very fine. If it'll come out. There it is. And this is a $6 bill because it has a D. That's a 1931 D. Very fine, $6. Now that's a respectable 31D. John Salisbury here. We're going through weights and hustling them. 1931D. There you go. A little bit of grime here and there on the thing. But get yourself a, don't chintz out on the keys and semi keys. That's what's going to be the backbone of your set. Some people say start with the semi keys and get the best of those, because you're going to find the key dates are always on sale. Hoogie has $6. What's the price on this? $6. I got a scratch on here. I don't much like it. Usually I pick those things out. Now I've got the magnification pretty close here. Let's back out a bit. No, I don't like that at all. Hoogie, I tell you what, I'm going to just put that in your package. We're going to drop that in. Because, did you guys see? We have 39 people watching. Make sure you smash like. Oh, where'd it go? Hoogie has been supporting this show like a madman. We've been doing Coin Jeopardy. You got to get in and check that out. It's like a trivia, and we make a contest out of it. And we come up with one nice big prize that people have been sending in. Hoogie sent in 2. We're giving away 1. Dansko albums. They're gorgeous. You got to see them. But this latest thing he did was sending in and making the grade. Now, photo grade was good back in the day, but they were black and white photos and really fuzzy and not very good. But they sold millions of copies. I've got beautiful glossy photos, in color, mind you. Check it out. Check out the gold coins. And you got photos of every grade for every issue the United States Coins ever put out. No kidding. We're going to have a 8.5 by 11. It's huge. There you go. Look at you can't see it. Sorry. Look at this. That's by Coin World magazine. It shows you the high points, right? Place to check. Very fine 20. Geez, this is going to be indispensable. We're going to have a Coin Jeopardy and give that away probably within the month. Set it right there. Anyway, that coin had a scratch. I don't feel good about offering coins that are scratched all up. Okay, 1932. Getting into the Depression years here. Where'd you go? 1932. This is very fine. And it's a $2 bill. Let's have a look at her, huh? Good solid rim. Fields are mostly clean. You're going to have some contact marks. These are consistent with the grade. Now on the reverse, I've got fair lines. A little bit soft on the left side, I think, but the general shape of the front says, yeah, that's a very fine coin. And that is a $2 bill. And we'll have that a bit. Oh, CJ's going to grab it. Thank you very much. I got several more of these 30s coming up. CJ, got you covered. Please do something else besides pennies. It's starting to blind me, dude. It's all I got lined up right now. I could do satins. I've got plenty of satins lined up, but we got a lot of people. Wheats are the most collected coin out there. They really are. And people want to build those sets. And where do you go to get good ones? If you can see them up close and personal live, boy, it makes a big difference versus a blurry photo on eBay. And then you gotta hope the hell it comes in. Here you can track me down and say bad things. That one's going out to CJ. I've got some more 32s here. But they're starting to flop over. 32 VF, $2, and Hoogie wanted one, so I'm going to give you first dibs. I mean, I could do another show just $half, because, geez, we got piles of those around here. Hoogie, you got first dibs on this one if you want it. 1932 VF. Let's look at the back. A little bit weak on the left side on the wheat ears, but the general shape is okay. He says, "You got it, baby." But I got buffalo nickels. I mean, up the wazoo. Never said a thing about them, you guys. But I don't have them. Dude, I did a coin class last week on organizing your stuff, and I'm probably the least organized person here. No fooling. $1932D. Have you seen that back table? I clean it off at least once a month because it gets to a point you put it on top and it just rolls off. What can you do? You get behind? You're doing fine, baby. Don't worry about a thing. 1932D. Real sharp one here. XF Plus is what I call it. I think it's a little too much wear for AU. Especially when you look at the cheek and the ear and... I can't. Where do they go? Where do the little sticks go? I find them, right? I just walk through the room barefoot. I find them, but I don't know how they get from where they were. AU or XF? I call this XF Plus. It's probably XF 45. I think it's a little bit too much wear above the ear to call for AU. Right down here on the side of the tie. Now let's look at the backs. Probably a lower grade AU. I don't think it's quite good enough for AU. The ears over here, these are showing wear on every one of them. AU is a trace of wear. I think this is a little too much for AU, but it's much better than a regular XF. This is a $4 bill, by the way. $1 says AU 50 to XF 45. I do it the other way around. It's like XF 47 and a half. Really, grading is a subjective thing. You can look around on other sites, they grade a coin, they put up a picture. Well, sometimes this is the picture. Is it or isn't it? Or maybe this is the picture. Here, we get to look around. This is one key element you can't get when you're selling live versus still photos. I can take that thing and move it around. If you want to see a close-up or zoom in on a particular area, we can do that. Just being able to tilt it, I find. When I sell on eBay, I take a couple of pictures, of the obverse, but shift it just a little bit, just the tiniest bit, so you can get some perspective on it. Sold a Hoogie, God love you. That's a $4 bill. You'll be proud of that one. But doing it live, well, first off, you can get feedback with people. If you want to focus in on the 9 on the 1925S, right, Coin Dragon, you can say, "Hey man, would you please focus on that 9? Sure. 1933, very fine. And that doesn't want to come out. Come out. This is a $2 bill. I find a lot of sellers tend to overprice these depression years. 31, 32, 33, sometimes 34. This is a $2 bill for very fine. Like a separation on the cheek and jaw. Wow, that was quick. You must have needed one. It has a bit of a blemish there above the T. And I think that's a lighting effect. 1933. Let's see what you're getting there, CJ, for $2. Very fine. I think the reverse is a bit weak. Geez, that's a bit weak. I've seen very fine with less detail. And from grading companies. But I think the front supports that. Look, if you don't like it, just send it back. Love them fatty, Bo Batty Class 6 DDOs. Was that one? Did I screw up somewhere? Well, here it is. Oh, on the 9s. Yeah. CJ. Get in there. Brian Hooper's back. Hooper drives the boat. 33D. $1. Fine condition. Where are you? 33D. Fine. Fine. I don't expect much between the cheek and the jaw, but I want to see sharp outlines on the top and the bottom. Who's gonna take it for $1? Let's look what the back gets. A little bit weak on both wheat ears, and the berries are starting to flush together, but generally sound. It's all smoke and mirrors. They're soda caps, people. They're magic beans. Really, you plant them, they grow. They grow all the way to the sky. Trade you for a cow. And that is Hoogie for $1. Magic beans. Yeah, I bought a lot of those back in college, huh? Hidden says, Professor Peavy, what BU raw wheats do you have? All kinds of them. Most 50s. Lots of 40s. But I don't have them lined up right now because I'm working on book 1. We're working on 40. No, 09 to 40. 1933, very fine. Let's say $2 bill. There you go. A little bit better than the last one. You get separation on the cheek and jaw, a little more hair detail. The ear really starts jumping right out. Do we go up a little? Not keep the focus. What's going on with this camera? It doesn't want to focus. Getting a little warm. No matter. Let's look at the back side here. Very fine. There you go. See, I've got strong ears on both sides, I think. Okay, look, I got one side is strong. Left side always goes first. And that's a $2 bill for a 1933 and very fine. Good front. It's respectable. It'll be very fine. I agree with you. Well, thank you. And I'll have that available in case anybody wants it. Well, they've taken most of the coins. I have very few that are unsold. So God love you. Another 1933D, very fine. This one says $3. Let's give it a look. A little bit sharper. Has all this natural grime. 101. You got it for 101. No, I don't think that's sharper. Let's set that aside. And to heck with it. Because I've had these around for so darn long. 1936 AURB. Let's have a look at this. I got wheats from years in these batches. 1936. Red brown. You got to have 5% at least on the red. And here, you get it around the edges. You get it around the dates and devices. And if you get enough of it, you'll have 5%. And it really helps really brighten it up. It's like a halo. Let's look at the back over here. And again, all these bright spots, yeah, that's original luster. AU is what I'm calling it. I've got good, sharp wheat ears and lines. This is a $1 bill. Yeah, that's what these go for. This is a $1 deal. 1936. Let's look at his face. Very, very light wear above the ear. Every bit of detail in there. Snakefoot's going to take it. You got it, baby. You get all that warbling across his face because, you know, he's an old guy. You got it, Snakefoot. How can I grade if I have to stop numbers? I'm not typing out 58. How about I graded them for you? This is Jeff W. That's a decent looking one. It's not full red. Oh, I can probably get over here on the other camera. It's not full red, but it's got a lot of highlights, and it's enough of them that it really gives it a great look. And I think it qualifies as red brown, but red brown doesn't really matter on AU coins. So there it is. Red brown really doesn't add a premium until you get into uncirculated. What's this? 1936D AU. Says AU 58. Red brown. Now, it's red brown from 5 to 95% brown. You're going to find this one is way up there as far as the red goes, and it will never ever focus, especially when I want it to. The more I want it to focus, the least likely it is to focus. There you go. Yeah, it's red brown, but it's mostly red on this. Lemonhead says $3. Okay. Let's look at the back. There you go. Yeah, it's a charmer. Let's put it under here, see what you're buying for $3. Scope. Ding, ding, ding. It's a little bit splotchy. It's close. It wants to be red. It's trying real hard, and it wants to be uncirculated, but just not good enough on either side. There you go. You get just a touch above the ear, and just the lightest touch, and on the cheek. That's why I'm giving it AU 58. The rest of it, dude, it's pretty sharp. One guy spent it, and the next guy kept it. I am so lost. Yeah, this qualifies as a peach. Wish you could see this thing up close and personal. There you go. Good and sharp all the way around. There you go. I'm getting that out to you. Lemon. You'll like it. Yeah, that's a good looking coin. It's not quite, full brand new red. But what was that, a 36D? Yeah, 36D. We got here 1941S. We made it to the 40s, people. Why do we care about this 1941S? Oh, that's why. 1941, you have two mint mark styles. All right, there's a large S and a small s. The large S is about 9% of the population. This is the small s, which is, 81% of the population. But it's in great shape. I've got this at very choice BU, which is MS64. See how close we are. There'll be some minor spotting. There's a contact mark. They're going to be few and far between, but you'll see them. Good and solid. And we're looking for any trace of wear. Not a trace. Let's look at the back. Okay, what do we got here? I'm a little zoomed in too much, so you'll see every blemish as being much bigger than it actually is. And for this, we really need to stick it under the bigger cam. Okay, we're seeing next to nothing for contact marks. There's one. There's a bit of a darker spot, just some toning. And there's a couple of contact marks here. It says bid. Let's look at it. That's a scorcher, baby. I saw some lights. They come extra, no extra charge. I might have to pay a little more for shipping. We'll start debating at $1 and let it go as long as it needs to. That's a 1941S in very choice BU. MS64. It is screaming. On the back, it has a little bit of a discoloration right down the center. $3 for Hoogie. And I'm sure it'll keep on going for a while. It's a peach. Where's my peach picture? That's the tougher of the two. This is the easier of the two. The large S is the tougher one. I can put it back under here. You can see the size and shape of the mint mark. That's not it. Here you go. That is a large S. And I can zoom right in here. 41s. You guys got to keep an eye on these because you got a lot of double dies, especially up here around trust. Look at that eyelid. I'd see if there's a doubled eyelid in there. They made like a trillion of them. They made a lot. I'll get you a number. 1941S. Now you're after the Depression. You're getting into the war. The economy is really starting to take off. Wow. 92 million. 92.36 million. Surviving population is 9 million. So most collectors will be able to get a 1941S. But you want to get a nice bright one. I lost my way. There's live. There you go. I'll get the chat back. There's this. There you go. So you get 9 million. A lot have been spent. We're at $4 for Lincoln Central coins. Bubble guts. I have no idea what that means. Yep, stay away from dairy. Don't drink pineapple juice and milk at the same time. That's bad luck. That's a 1941S in very choice, brilliant uncirculated with a small S, and it has just a light discoloration on one side. I think the color, oh, I can't see it, on the front is a little bit subdued for full red. It's a little bit subdued, but that luster goes across the entire coin, and the coin goes across the entire card here. I'm at $4, and $4 is going once. Drink cranberry juice. That's good for you. How about cranberry juice and heavy cream together? I worked in a place where we had a great dish with cranberry juice. We deglazed it. We sauteed the chicken. We flour it first, sauteed in clarified butter. The hell else? I forget what else we added to it, but we did a cranberry juice to deglaze with it. Just a bit of chicken stock, and added some cornstarch to make it a better sauce. Oh, and tarragon. We put some tarragon in there just to give it an extra love, and toss that over on top of some fettuccine. We called it cranberry tarragon chicken, and it was delicious because the cranberry, when you start to caramelize the sugars in that juice, really builds up such a wonderful flavor. And the tarragon, of course, will sweeten it. There it is. We're at how much on that one? We're at $4, and I think Lincoln Central has the bid on this. Okay, going once on that. Lincoln Central going once. Lincoln Central going twice. And that's $4. Let me check out. Lincoln's at $4. And that's going to be Slod. Lincoln, $4. Slod. Why won't this fit back in? It came out. Okay, it's a little wider in the other direction. There you go. You'll be happy with that one. Okay, 43S I gotta say because somebody wanted a 43S. And really I'm getting into the 50s here, and I've been running for 3 hours. I'm wearing out. So I think we're gonna take it easy right there. I'll start getting invoices. Look, I've got more. Don't be afraid. I've got lots and lots more. 40s and 50s, we start getting into brilliant uncirculated. And some of these I got really good prices on, so I'm able to offer them pretty good deals. You know, a lot of those 50s BU are $1. You know, 55S, brilliant, shining, $1. But I don't have those ready to sell right now. But I've been going for 3 hours. It's darn near 1 o'clock in the morning. We went through the best part of this box. I'm pretty happy about that. Bring up some BU. Dude, I'm wearing out. I'm just a man. What I'd like to do is pick this back up on Monday. Now, if you'd like to pay your invoice when I get it out to you, that's no problem at all. But you'll always have 30 days to build that invoice, which ain't too bad. Geez, you can put it on layaway, kind of. Just pay in 30 days and you're good. So we'll help you out there. But everything, when it ships out, is all under the same single shipping cost. Now, if it's just individual coins, it's $3. If you start getting into you know, equipment, loops or scales or flips or folders, we go by weight. And it can easily jump past that $3 on weight when you start adding these things in. But at over a pound, I can get a lot into a padded mailer. No problem at all. They're plenty big. There are some. Oh, here they go. You get those small boxes. I showed one earlier. That's your medium box. You can get a lot of coins in there. But the padded mailers fit more, and if you can pack it well, yeah, they work great. Please ship it to Mantic Coins. That one, Lincoln Central, the 41S. Bill U, send to Mantic. Yes, I have plenty of scales left. Okay, Bill U and ship to Mantic. Yep, I had to send him one of my PV pennies, but I think he's got 6 of them already. He's got a bunch. Now, I've got the scales. They're up on the shelf over there. We got one here. This is the same as the scales. Gosh, I got no place to put these. See, I'm not ready. I'm never ready. Okay, the digital scales, they are $7. They look just like this. Oops. All right, they're solid, made out of titanium. No, wait, plastic titanium. They take 2 AA batteries. The batteries will not be included because the girl at the post office loses her mind if I try to ship a battery. Okay, we open it up and we see this. There'll be a piece of plastic that'll cover this. We'll peel that off. You're going to turn it on. Hopefully it'll work right now. And it lights up. You get an LED screen. You got 4 different ways, 4 different modes. So you can do grams or carats or grains or diamond weights. It's fairly accurate. I put 2 grains of rice on this and gotten a reading, right? You have 2 decimals on the right side. No, you have 2 digits on the right side of the decimal. If you can see this, my decimal is right in here. So with those 2 digits, you can be quite accurate. So that second digit is only accurate to plus or minus 0.005, which is more than enough to measure whatever you need. Those 1970 silver half dollars, the 1965 90 percenters, the 1982 large and small zinc or copper. You can tell the difference with this very easily. Let me catch up here. Do you have any really bad lamination errors? I'm sure I do, but where? I can't help you on that. Yeah, I know I got some real good ones. I tend to hold on to most of my bigger errors or more valuable errors. It's my thing. I'm kind of nuts with it. Those are wonderful. It'll shut itself off. If you just walk away, leave it, because you're burning the chicken in the other room. You can walk away and it'll shut itself off. The batteries, I've only had to put new batteries in because I test them when I ship, and apparently I shipped my batteries. With magic powers comes responsibility. That's right. So if you need supplies, just let me know. We have the folders. I've got Jefferson's. I've got Lincoln's, books 1 and books 2 for both. Right. The first one is $4. The second one's $3.50. It helps, but it's going to kick your butt on the shipping still. But once you get to $7.50 on the shipping, just keep buying stuff, man. It's not a problem. Guilt safely. You have a gun and a bullet, and you pull the pig. No, unless you're coming down the driveway. Then you can't get out of the way. You'd be like the Matrix, except you can't go like that. Look at him. What are you smoking, Hidden? That's right. Yep, come down that driveway. I'll show you how it works exactly. I want to thank you guys. Little Hoogie's dance goes getting heavy. Well, I've got some other things for you. Now, the thing is on those You asked for some 75, 77, 78, 80 BUS. They've got proof. They didn't make business strikes after 1974 for the cents in San Francisco. So I got proofs. Great stream, says Mike Wolf. Mike White. Thank you very much, White. Don't forget to hit that button down below, right below my head. Let's see. Way below my head. Like right down here, right? You're going to see a little bell. You want to make sure you give it wings and hit that subscribe button. Let's see. Here's the screen. There you go. And right up here, no. What's this looking at? I got to pull this down. There you go. If you hit the bell that's under the video, if I do something right here, right there, you're going to get your bell will turn red and say, hey, somebody's doing something. And I suggest you do that on all the better streams. Myself, definitely Mantix, probably Hoogie. See what Beth Coddington's up to. Hit those bells on all these coin channels because we like to see people stop in. There's some good deals you can get. Some people give things away spontaneously. I've been known to do it. I love this type of auction. Set your price, sell it, and move on. Well, it's not really an auction. It's just, it's $2. You find a lot of these wheats are affordable. The price, let's say $2.50, $2.75. It's $2. Let's say $3.50, $3.75. Just make it $3. I mean, $1 to $2, it's a dollar deal, whatever it is. And really, that's kind of a low price. It pays for the coin. It pays for the flip that it's in. It covers the PayPal fees. But it's a way to build that set. Gosh, we were talking last night about what's the trigger that takes somebody from being a casual collector to a more developed, a more hardcore, more steady coin collector. And well, this is one, right? Completing a set. Doesn't matter if it's in a Whitman folder or a Dansko album or just plain loose in a can. Completing a set, right? You get into organizing your collection, and it takes you to the next level. Do you want real money from you? Yes. But we can take it in trade like we did last time. I still got crabs from that. God, it's tough. But you're stepping into becoming more professional is when you start to complete a set. I mean, memorials, you can do that with pocket change and get most of them. Stepping up into the proofs, some of the oddities like the 70S small date, the 1960 small dates. How much for flips? They are $8 per 100, and I have some. I'm sure I have them somewhere here. Oh. There you go. This is like the leftovers. $8 per 100. I put them in bags of 50. I started putting them with paper bands, but the cat walks by the box, and now I got cat hair all over them. So I put them in Ziploc baggies for you. The key issue there, 100 flips is 8 ounces. So 200 flips takes it to the limit. It's actually 16.01 ounces when you figure that the envelope I got to ship it in. So shipping can be the bear. It always is on the supplies. But 100 at a time is no problem. 200 at a time I can ship alone and fit in first class. Anything above that we got to ship it priority mail. Do I look fat in this? I lost my mustaches. Where'd that one go I had? Oh, and everybody who orders anything is going to get a mustache. Because Paula sent, she's lost it, man. She's gone over the edge, I swear. Paula sent several people a bunch of these mustaches. Huh? Yeah, they're little felt. Look, you got Polly mustaches. That's Polly. He's got it written them all over. You can cut them in half, use them as eyebrows. You got the, you got the Western Cowboy, Sam Elliott mustaches, right? You got to wear them upside down for good luck, though. You got the, what is this one? You got Monopoly Man. You got, what's that one? Burt Reynolds? No, Claude Rains. There you go. This is younger Polly Nichols. Tom Selleck. Who's this one? Who's that one? Who is that one? The Marlboro Man. No, wait, Wyatt Earp. Every mustache has a character. What's that one? Look, here's another Wyatt Earp. You can wear these, walk around Walmart. People look at you funny. I get really paranoid because I go to Walmart and, like, you know, everybody pulls up their phones and goes like this at me. Why do they do that? That looked like Hitler. Oh, you can just take scissors to it. They got little beard pieces here. But I'll drop one of these in your package. It'll be a surprise. You can wear it for Halloween. Take a picture and send it to Paula. Not me. I didn't get one. She sent me all her Mad Libs. 1970 Mad Libs? They got to bring those back. Let me fix this here camera. It is off kilter like you've never seen. There you go. There's that stuff. Not in there. I got these little goatees. But you can take any mustache and a pair of scissors and fix it right up. What the hell is all this with the mustaches? Get yourself a mustache. You know, you ever heard of Jimmy Buffett? Wish I had a pencil-thin mustache. Every time I look in the mirror, it's Halloween. The mirror still works, but the reflection has changed over the years. I used to be cute, and look what happened. Man, where's that baby picture I had? Yeah, I'll just put an extra mustache in those. You always knew you were really bored when you filled them out alone and still laughed. Ha 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 ha! Oh, yeah. Of course, I used a lot more dirty words when I was alone. Or if that Helen Thompson was around. I used dirty words, but she never got the hint. That's not proper English. Oh, get the hint. All right. Guys, I'm going to call the night. It's time for me to get a nap in. I got that chicken that needs attention. I got to make some rice, take apart the chicken, get some coffee. God, I got to get some sugar and some coffee because my butt, that scraping noise you hear is my butt dragging across the floor. Don't let it scare you. I'm glad you all got to see me. There's Lemon. Lemon came out last night. I mean, you know, a reveal. Have a great night. Yeah, we had a good time last night. A whole bunch of us got together. We did it on Robert Lawson's stream. We're trying out different ways so we can put together a panel of people and all have a conversation. We still got to learn how to make it work right, work well, and get it to stream on a channel at a reasonable rate because we're using a lot of bandwidth on that. It was Google Hangouts we tried. It was me, Lincoln, Lemonhead Penny was in there, Coin Dragon was there for a while. Beth showed up. You know, she crashed the party. How'd she get in here? This is like the He-Man Woman Haters Club, and Beth Coddington shows up. All right, we'll let her in, but just this one time. Robert Lawson was in there. Who else would have? I don't know, man. A bunch of us. We just carried on all night. We tried to get more people, but we had issues with technology because none of us knows how any of this stuff works. Hell, we were lucky to get that far. Later, everyone, stay awesome and rock on. I'm going to put together some invoices over the next 24 hours, get these out to everyone. It will pay when shipped. Now, bear in mind, if you want to add things on later, you've got up to 30 days to build that invoice. Works out pretty good. I'm going to continue this sale Monday night because tomorrow night we have Mantic coins. There he is. And you want to get over there. Make this go away. It's been on my desk for 2 weeks now. We got to get him over 1,000, folks, and it's up to you to do it because we're the coin people. He's on tomorrow night. Sunday night is the big show, and we do things like try to give this away. Yeah, somebody's going to like that. But Monday we'll pick this up where we left off. I've got some BU wheats. I've got plenty of satins, all kinds of satin, pennies, dimes, halves, proof halves. We got to get in there. It'll be fun. Send it to me, Ken, and it'll be gone from your desk. Problem solved. I'd love to send it to you hidden. All you got to do is win it once we get Mantic over 1,000 subscribers. See the way that works? I'd love to send that to you. I hope you win it. I really do. But we're going to take care of Mantic before we can take care of ourselves. Because that's how it works. We got to support each other, really. Mantic says good night. And with that, I'm going to say good night to all of you. We'll be back in a few days. Oh, wait a minute. We'll be back tomorrow with Coin Class at 3 o'clock. And I had my notes. And I had a really good subject, too. We'll figure it out. We'll see you tomorrow. You guys stay groovy.